Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode number 6 of the All Talk Show podcast, where anything goes and everything is open for discussion. You've been warned. Cover your ears and open up your mouths. I am Tony Mango, host of the panel for this evening, and joining me on the microphone, we've got Stephen Wago, Drew White.
We've done 6 of these?
Yeah, 6 of them.
Shit, man.
Shit. We also
People
got
actually
Sean
listen to this?
Walker.
I'm free from under the thumb, bitches. Also, never eat custard that is a year old.
That's words to live by.
I think that goes without saying.
And on the soundboard, as always, we've got Mr. Payton.
A real gangster never swings his nuts, because a real gangster knows he's got them.
Are those the lyrics to that Office Space song?
Yes.
I love that song.
That's what I keep singing lately. Damn, it feels good to be a
Oh,
gangster.
my bad.
Yeah, you can blame all those fucking videos for that.
Where the hood at?
By the way, someone upload the chat, because no one can use it.
Oh, I'm on it.
Aha.
Where the hood at?
Have you
So-
ever-
Where the chat at?
While we're getting that sorted out,
have you ever noticed? Jeez.
so a reminder for anybody who doesn't remember or any new people, this is a show where we don't go into it expecting to talk about anything in particular. It's just whatever happens. If you guys have any suggestions of what you want us to talk about, go ahead and leave some comments in the chat below. If you're watching this on the live, if not, and you're one of the archive versions, then go back in time and tell us what you want us to talk about.
No, Mango. You're lying. You want to know why? Because
Why?
Peyton brought something up before the show. He's like, nah, I'll see
Oh,
what
that
the
is
show.
true. He's got, and we did
We
have one
actually do have a
suggestion.
topic for the show.
And we did have one suggestion from Angela. So we're going in with 2 topics.
Angela.
to talk about. So if you want to call into the show, you can do that through Skype, or you can call in 760-512-7247 or 713-955-0363. That number still works, right?
I think that's the number we're supposed to use.
Yeah. Somehow we have
'Cause
two
that's-
numbers.
That's the one what the player on the actual page says, but then the studio has the 760 number. I don't know what number we're supposed to use. At this time, both of them use, so whatever one you find, call in, you'll get to us.
There you
1-800, click the Skype button.
It's basically easier. So, keeping that in mind, let's just start talking about whatever. Peyton, what was the thing that you had in mind that we were going to talk about immediately?
I don't know if I really want to start off on this, but since we've already gone this direction, there's a local school by me in a town called Pine Bush, which is already on the map because it's known as one of the cities in the country with the highest UFO activity, which is true. Like, they actually have a festival every summer where they have a bunch of people show up in alien hats and whatnot. It's
Oh,
kind
no,
of
shit. Look at the name of the fucking place. That's a terrible name.
Yeah, it is a fucking terrible name.
Pine Bush. It's a name of 2 plants. Fucking terrible. But anyway, they were celebrating Multicultural Week at one of their local elementary schools, and to do this in the morning, they said the Pledge of Allegiance in different languages. And I guess this morning they said the Pledge of Allegiance in Arabic, and a bunch of people's got their panties in a wad about it. So all these people are upset. The school had to issue an apology, and it's making headlines everywhere. It's trending on Facebook, and it's like, great, all this over nothing.
So
I don't
they're
understand
all pissed
why-
off about that? Like, what?
Mhm.
Okay, Arabic is the language.
Mm-hmm.
Arabic is not, the language of let's fucking bomb America and shit. Like, it's
Apparently, that's
know,
what people think.
people
Honestly,
are ridiculous.
Honestly, I don't even think these kids know how to speak Arabic or pronounce it because they go half the time, so I feel like it'd be difficult.
See, I think
Okay.
I think like multicultural stuff is kind of dumb on my own part, just because I'm not interested into it. But it's like, I don't see the reason of complaining about a situation like this. There's nothing wrong with Arabic. There's wrong with terrorists. Like,
Here's the thing. This is the exact reason why Muslims really don't like Americans, just because they're stuck up like this, where they take something that doesn't apply to everyone, but they make it so everyone essentially that speaks Arabic is a terrorist, and that's what the issue is in America.
You mean people in America stereotype? Holy shit.
Yeah, we all do. Still,
Shit, I ain't fucking gonna deny it. I stereotype all the time. It's fun as fucking hell.
yeah.
If I was these kids' parents, I'd be proud that they could speak another fucking language. I barely speak fucking French and Welsh.
I stereotype
No,
all the
me.
time. I use both hands to type.
Wait, you speak Welsh and not English? Shit.
That was
dude.
terrible. That was a Tony joke.
It took me a second, and I was just like, wait, there's something going on here. This doesn't sound right.
At least I got it.
I don't even think did we. I don't remember doing multicultural day in elementary school. I
Well, we
remember
didn't
one
do it
time-
in England because it's fucking stupid. I don't believe you should have anyone's cultures. I don't believe any culture should be mandatory to your learning. I think you should be able to choose to look into that if you want to. Personally, I don't think it should be a part of the curriculum. So,
What, was it on this show or was it off the air? We were talking about your multicultural week, Tony, and you were talking about all the foods that everyone brought in.
It might have been. It might have been off the air. I'm not too
Yeah.
sure, but a little quick reminder if it wasn't on this show. It was my elementary school used to do multicultural week where different projects and different classes were based off of it. Like this is back when elementary school had like you had one teacher that taught all of the subjects. Now they kind of go the high school route. At least some of them do. But,
No, they started doing that when I was in fourth grade. Like it was exactly what you said yours was, but then when I got to like fifth grade, they started mixing it up. So you go from class to class. Instead
when I
of
was
just
in
having one
sixth grade, they started splitting up just the math. I don't know why they picked that one, but I guess that's like easier to
It's math.
figure out if people are smart or not. I don't know. But you know, like we would do history projects of like you need to build a diorama based off of some ethnicity that you are, and like we're gonna learn about different maps and you know stupid kind of crap like that. But there was always like, okay, this is the time where we're gonna bring in food, and people were bringing in the same crap every year, where it was like 100 people want to bring in pizza because they're Italian, and if they're not bringing,
because that's everything that's in Italy.
yeah, like if you brought an actual like you know hardcore Italian dish and it wasn't you know spaghetti or something like that, like people were just kind of like, oh, what the hell? And especially when it came to like Greek culture stuff or like the Mediterranean or anything that was like the furthest from like normal American food, you know, you can come out with a burger and be like, okay, burgers are from Hamburg, and be like, yeah, German, sure, or like, you know, you play that kind of stuff off, but you know,
You brought something from Detroit? Oh, it's a gun.
you know, you bring in like a Mexican dish that isn't a taco, everybody just kind of looks at it like they're going to throw up immediately. And
Genuine question. So, Tony and Peyton at least know that I really hate Italian food. That's because every time I've had Italian food shoved in my face, it's either pizza or some pasta dish. What the fuck else is there?
Lasagna.
do you need anything else?
Well, no, I mean,
Pizza
there's a
and
lot.
pasta's
There's a
awesome.
lot of like meats. I mean, like not even like just meat with tomato sauce, like chicken marsala. Oh, it's fucking delicious.
Like,
Yeah,
seriously,
not big on
anyone
Marsala.
listening, if you've got any suggestions, send them in, because from everything that I've had, which is Italian food, it's fucking bland.
That's so weird that you would think that that's bland though, because
No, Italian food is like so full of spices and shit. Are you kidding?
it's not nearly as like spicy as you know, like some of the more like a lot of like Mexican food obviously is like spicy.
Yeah, or
style.
Mexican, like Indian food is probably
the
the only
thing,
thing
I
that's
don't-
put above it.
I don't need like my mouth burning off. I fine if I've got like a lot of flavor. I just everything that I've had, which is classed as Italian food, has been fucking boring to me.
Do
That's
you-
what it is as spicy. When I say spicy, I don't mean like hot spicy. I mean spicy as in
Spices.
flavored. Yeah.
oregano and shit
Mhm.
like that. What kind of like places have you had Italian food?
Well, you know what it is? He's from fucking Michigan. They don't know how to do Italian food in Michigan.
That's true. That's kind of like the pizza argument. We need to be in the pizza belt.
Yeah, I've like been to a few Italian restaurants in different parts of Europe, but nothing's ever struck me as good. And my parents were on a cruise not too long back, and they said it was an all Italian cuisine. It was the most boring shit they've ever had.
So I've never tried any Italian food outside of America because I've never been outside of America, but
Because you're
I-
fucking weak.
it is one of those things where it's not like everybody can make it. Like pretty much everybody can make a burger. You know, you can't
Pretty
fuck
much
with a
everyone
burger.
can make a fucking pasta.
Normal pasta maybe, but if you get bad sauce, it's going to be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Did-
And if you get like really thick pasta or something, like the shape of the pasta really determines a lot of it too. Like,
I hear you
No,
make an
every-
awesome
every-
taco with chili mixing.
No, ever since I started working at the pizza place that I work at, I've gotten really good at making pasta. Like pasta and like Alfredo and spaghetti sauce. I'm a fucking champ at that.
From scratch or from like a box?
From scratch.
Ooh.
Like, I bet you're a really good cook, but then I'd worry that you didn't wash your fucking hands.
No,
Like, out of all of us, naturally, no, I think the one person I'd be worried about that most with is Sean.
yeah. No, when it comes to when I'm at work, I actually, whenever there's new kids, I usually train most of them because on Friday nights at least, because I'm not the best one at making pizzas and all that stuff. So usually I will end up training people how to like do dishes, make sandwiches, and all that other stuff. So and I'm not like the biggest neat freak, but fuck me, if you don't wash your hands and you touch some food, I want to be like, hey, motherfucker, I'm not gonna yell at you, but if anyone else sees that shit, your ass is gonna get roasted.
Imagine Drew training someone. Don't touch the oven. The oven is hot.
No. Oh no.
I
no,
know, and he puts up a band-aid hand.
No, most of it's just like, yeah, this goes here, this is how you work that. But the issue is, like the other day, I was training someone, and essentially what they did, they dropped a plate on the floor. It was just like a plastic plate, just like something that you use to heat stuff up in. He just picks it up, wipes it off, and tries to go put it up. I didn't say anything at first. I'm just waiting to see how fucking dumb he is, because that's common sense is, oh, it's on the ground. The ground is dirty. You put it back in the washer, or on the tray, it's better go in the washer.
Yeah, there's no 5-second rule when it comes to working in a restaurant.
Oh no! Like, oh fuck! If you drop cheese on the ground, oh fuck you. That's actually something that if you drop cheese on the ground, that's actually a 5-second rule. Except you have to wash it off.
All right, so don't eat at
fucking Drew's place. Jesus Christ. Like, when I was working in the restaurant business, they was really anal about that stuff. If you changed your gloves, you washed your hands. If you'd gone to the register, handled money, you better wash your fucking hands. And I see that a lot at places. People will have their hands in the fucking till and then go cook your food. Don't do that.
Money is one of the dirtiest things.
Yeah, money is the fucking disgusting. Money is disgusting. It's great if you want to spend, but it's filthy as shit.
It's a shame that there's no way to really clean it. Like,
you
can't put it in the fucking washer. It's just gonna.
I don't know. I have.
Can it's not fucking paper. You could wash it.
Yeah. No,
I wouldn't like it'd be a waste of your fucking time, and I'd think you're very sad if you bothered to, but you could.
The worst thing I've ever seen someone do probably is one of our sausages we make. We make it on the stove essentially, where you put a little water in it. You like hand pick the sausage, so you pull it off into little pieces, and you just mash it, just make sure it doesn't burn, just make sure it's not red. So if your hands are going to be fucking terrible and disgusting and gross and filled with bacteria if you don't wash them afterwards, or if you don't wear gloves. No, this guy, he was wearing gloves. I told him to do that, and I told him to take his gloves off if he goes to do something. Turn around, I make something. He keeps his gloves on, and he has like meat all over it. He goes to the front desk and deals with a customer, and the entire time the customer was just staring at him like, what the fuck? Because like, no, it's not even like his gloves. He was wearing gloves, but like, no, the gloves, you could just tell that he was touching stuff with it, and it was just terrible. So I had to like, oh my god, one of the biggest dumbasses ever. So I had to grab him, throw him in the back. I just told him to get back there. I apologized to the customer, and I had to pray to God to do anything about it.
You gotta be like, all right, well, Edward Scissorhands. Well, we had to hire this guy for like an equal opportunity thing. He's Edward Meathands. We make him wear gloves, but he just ends up with meat on them all the time. I'm sorry.
That's probably some dude's review on Yelp.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but the restaurant business really does attract the dumbest motherfuckers, and I think it's because it's the easiest place to get a job at.
It is. No. That's 100% true. Fast food, they're always hiring, so a lot of people will get stuck there because
not just fast food, but any like restaurant.
No, it's because nobody wants to work in those places. So
because it's hard work.
It's hard work for little money and pain in the ass customers and bosses. Like, it's one of the worst places to work.
On that note, anyone listening, like, unless you're treated genuinely bad, don't fucking give restaurant staff a hard time. Like, their job's fucking hard enough, especially on a Friday and a Saturday evening.
Oh, no. Like I said, it's easy to tell when someone, if you go up to someone or if you're dealing with a customer, it's very easy to tell whether or not they have worked in the restaurant business at some point in their life or if they haven't. Because most of the time, if they have, they'll be very understanding because they've been there, they've done that, essentially.
Do you know what type of work that doesn't happen in? Retail. Because anyone that's worked in retail, they immediately go to the line, well, I worked in retail, and this is what we did, so I know you can do it. No, bitch. I got a company policy. Go fuck yourself, you gammy twat.
See, the weird thing about when it comes to, like, how you treat people in the restaurant business, if you're a genuinely good person, no matter what kind of situation, you'll be able to see what the customer's line is and what the worker's line is, and when you should cross it and when you shouldn't and stuff like that. But it seems like there's a lot of people that have this stigma when it comes to at least being waited on, where they'll defend what anybody else is doing if they're doing something bad, but then when it comes to them, it's like, well, no, but see, I'm a special case. Like, I can see that happen quite a bit where sitting at a table next to me or something, somebody will complain and they'll be like, oh my god, our food's taking forever and stuff. Okay, yeah, your food might be taking forever, but it's also taking forever for pretty much everybody else around you too.
Yeah.
What the fuck makes you deserve your food before everybody else? Were you here beforehand? If that's the case, then yeah. But
But then again, it depends also what you order. It's like, well, they got their food first. Well, guess what? Chicken takes a lot longer to cook than, say, an order of fries, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, you've got a group of 10 people, and you are all ordering full meals. The guy that came in 3 people after you is ordering a fucking bagel. He's going to get his bagel first. Like, you know what I mean?
Got a question for Payden, but if you're still going, I'll save it for later. So, you worked in Apple.
Mm-hmm.
How was the customers there? Because it's not it's a different. I imagine it's a different customer base because let's face it, Apple isn't cheap. So yeah, I guess
it was a very mixed bag in general. People came into Apple to have a good time. Like, people came in there feeling good. People were excited to be around all these awesome gadgets. There's this culture that surrounds Apple that most people coming in there are willing to immerse themselves with. There were a few types of people that came in that would really piss me off. And let me run you down just a few of the different types. One, parents who come in and abandon their kids at the kids' table like it's a fucking daycare. Or whatever. Seriously, parents would bring their kids and then just leave the kids in the Apple store while they're going around the mall doing their shopping to play on the computers and play the games or whatever, thinking that we're just going to freaking watch them. Yeah.
Oh, shit, so they don't just because when you said that, I thought you meant, they're going to go look at a fucking computer while they play. They literally leave them and walk out of the fucking store?
I've had people who work in the mall left their kid there during their shift and then would come back.
Jesus fucking Christ. I've never even heard of that. That's bad.
You don't do that at any job.
Mm-hmm.
First off, you don't do that because
unless it's
nobody's watching your fucking kid.
Fuck, I would have called more security if someone did that in my store. They wouldn't do it ever in where I work, but I'm just saying that's bad.
You would get the people who would come in thinking that because it's an Apple store that everyone there doesn't know shit about computers. So I would have these people come in and try to stump me thinking that I wouldn't know shit about anything. And every once in a while they would get me. I mean, I don't fucking know everything. I know a thing or two. But they would just come in here and test people. And, it wouldn't always be me. Sometimes it would be other people who, granted, maybe don't know everything about computers, but to sell something on the floor, you don't necessarily need to.
Yeah.
But Devil's advocate, you fuckers shouldn't call yourself Apple geniuses.
But I wasn't an Apple genius. That's where you're fucking wrong. I wasn't a genius. I was an Apple specialist.
Okay. Ooh, a specialist.
Yes, I was a specialist.
So what's a hierarchy? How do you become a genius? How many steps is it?
Well, you start out either as a specialist, which is a floor salesman, or as a concierge, which is the person who greets people at the front and helps them make appointments and stuff like that. Basically kind of like a host. That's the equivalent of that. And the specialist would be the equivalent of the waiter or waitress. You would work with that for however many time you need to improve, and then you move on to either being a genius or a creative. And what a creative is kind of like a teacher. Like they actually have private lessons you can take in the Apple Store, learning whatever you want, how to use your computer, how to use your iPhone, how to edit videos in Final Cut Pro, how to use Photoshop, whatever the heck you want to do. You can take a private lesson with a creative in the Apple Store. It's actually a really awesome thing that they offer.
I feel like that's an awesome job to have.
Oh, dude, Apple was so kick-ass to work on. Anyway, if you want to go on to be one of those two things, they actually fly you out to Cupertino, California, to the Apple headquarters that's out there, and train you for 2 weeks. Their facility out there, and then fly you back.
For like your board and everything.
Yeah, you get everything hooked up out there, everything paid for, meals. You're fully taken care of. It's
Damn, I
baller.
need to work in Apple.
And then of course, if you want to go into management or anything like that, that goes that way. Anyway, I didn't finish the list of people that piss me off. So there's those people. But then you do get the people who are upset with their product, and the people who our Apple users are definitely super entitled to think that this shit should just always work all the time. And if it has the little bit of a problem, oh, how can my Apple fail me? You guys were supposed to be better than PC, blah, 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 blah. Always the same shit. Luckily, I didn't really deal with that too much, again, because I was just a specialist. I was mostly a salesman on the floor. If someone came to me, if it was something I could easily troubleshoot for them, like maybe if their iPhone screen was frozen or something like that, maybe I could help them with that. But more often than not, I just made them an appointment with the geniuses, and they had to deal with that shit. But I can't even imagine the shit they dealt with back there.
I could see a lot of people making a big stink because they've got, their head up their ass. And they're
I think the
Apple
reason people are like that, and I'm not saying it's right, is partially because of the way Apple markets itself, and part of it because of the people that use Apples. There is a community that are fucking smug.
Mm-hmm. No, you're not wrong, and it definitely existed there. On both sides, though, there's a lot of good people that came in there too. Like, especially the younger generation of Apple fans, I find, like the college students that come in there, they're always like super stoked to come in there and see what's going on. Or, who I loved was the people who were coming in getting their first Mac. We called them switchers, the people who are leaving the Windows world to come in getting their first Mac computer, because I would show them the simple little things that a MacBook can do, like the multi-touch gestures and
they go, I don't get it. You go, can I have an appointment with the geniuses?
The multi-touch gestures that you could do to just make crazy things happen on the screen, and people would just fall in love. And to see their eyes light up, that was a really fun experience to go through.
I got another question. So, in certain lines of work, people haggle the shit out of you for a different price.
Mm-hmm.
Do they try that in Apple?
How could I say this?
I could see them being like they want to, but being too intimidated, where it would be like, oh, it's that price? Oh,
And
man,
normally
if
when
it's
it's
not any better, and then it's like, well, it isn't. Okay.
Well,
People-
normally
people
when I
would-
would...
Your average person would ask for, like, if there's any kind of discounts. They try to find anything they possibly could. We student discounts, small business discounts.
Yeah, because I know you guys do a college discount.
Yeah, no, we had a lot of good discounts that hooked up people, or like we had the free printer deal. There was always things that people were looking to take advantage of, and we tried to hook them up. As far as like haggling, that really only happened with one particular group of people. Palisades Mall is located in West Nyack, New York, which is roughly 15-20 minutes away from Muncie, New York, which is a very large Hasidic Jew community.
Oh boy. Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Hey, here's the stereotype show.
Hey, fucking, if it's true, it's true.
It is. Yeah.
So you're telling us
Stereotypes
that
exist for a reason.
it was all the Catholics.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's not who I thought you was going to go with. But
Really?
whatever. Yeah, because most people I've ever been around that want to haggle a price, I'm just going to say it was a very ghetto community.
No, the ghetto people, first off, generally don't frequent the Palisades Mall.
Yeah.
It's, the mall itself is kind of out of their price range, and then the Apple Store is even like further.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, then I did a double tick. I'm like, yeah, they probably wouldn't afford
Oh
it.
no, our Apple store, the closest one that's near me, it's in downtown Indianapolis. It's in this place called the Fashion Mall, where it's Keystone at the Crossing, and just the name alone, but it should give it away. But no, it's that's like the high end mall. That's like everything there is.
Yeah,
so
it's the
fucking-
same case.
That's what happened here. Like, it used to be in the Palisades Mall, the mall I still work at now, in a different store. The Apple Store actually left the Palisades Mall. They're not even there anymore. They moved about 10 minutes up a ways to the Shops at Nanuet. And just so you know how fancy it is, Shops is spelled SHOPPES.
That's what I was thinking.
The
Two
Shops.
Yeah, that
Happy.
happened. Yeah, the Apple that's located nearest to me, it's actually in one of probably our most expensive mall, the Somerset Mall, which is pretty famous in Michigan. So, yeah, I guess they know where to market
I mean,
themselves.
it's no Umicon, but it's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, it's known in all of Michigan, not just part of Michigan.
Oh, okay. Not just the Panhandle.
Yeah, did you guys ever shop at an H.H. Gregg?
A what?
A what?
Yeah,
H.H.
okay,
Gregg,
good.
I have, yeah.
That's a no.
This came up out of nowhere a couple years ago when Circuit City went down. We always had a Circuit City in my area, and they built 2 Walmarts. Just decided that they were going to build 2 Walmarts. We didn't have one for a while, and they were like, let's do 2. They were actually going to do 3, but they decided that 3 is way too much for one fucking town. And when they built one of them, they built like a whole brand new, layout of a bunch of different stores. They actually took over an RCA facility and, leveled the whole thing. And they put like a brand new PetSmart there, moved the one over to it. And they took the Circuit City, moved that over, and then about 3 months later or something like that, Circuit City went under. And it was just like, you just wasted all this money. So, they had this brand new building that they needed to put something in there, and the only other alternative to Walmart and Circuit City that we have is Best Buy. So, another one of those kind of electronics buildings came in, H.H. Gregg. I was like, I don't know what the hell this is, but it sounds kind of dumb. Went in there the one time, and immediately 3 different people just rush up to me. They're just kind of like, hey, can I help you? Can I help you with anything? And whatever. And I'm like, holy shit.
Excuse me, Miss Mango. Can
Turns
I
out
sign
that
your shoes, Miss Mango?
They're one of those commission-based stores, which I hate those kind of stores. And I've been in H.H. Gregg maybe like 4 times since then. Every time I go in there, it's just like a pain in the ass to shop because obviously they want to get as much money as possible, so they just hound you on every little thing. And you can't walk, halfway down an aisle without another person trying to go like, is there anything I can help you with? Anything? You want a GPS? You want a computer? You want a fridge? Like, just whatever. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, like, I've haggled for things, and I can't imagine, being the person that has to do that with a commission-based job, but I don't even like being the customer in that situation, because it's like, they don't have any stake in the actual company itself doing well. They just want to make as much money as possible, but I want to pay as little as possible. And there's this awkward, like, yo, help me out here. And they're kind of going like, yo, help me out here. Like, yeah, any of those kind of stores that you guys have around there that runs into the same situation where you just avoid it because it's commission-based?
I avoid shoe stores just for that reason. If I need my shoes, I just order them online.
No, shoe stores are like that.
I don't think I've ever had a problem with a shoe store.
I got a few around here.
Depends on what shoe store you go to.
Yeah, that might make a big difference.
I like shoes.
I have never had a problem with shoes.
No, I've always gone to like Dick's or Finish Line or.
Sean, I bet you own a pair of Crocs.
Wow, that's
what?
kind of mean.
The fucking Crocs. I own a pair of Adidas Total 90s, I think.
He's covering up. He totally owns a pair of Crocs.
What the fuck are Crocs? Seriously, like, what the fuck? I could show you a picture of my shoes. They're bright purple and orange.
Yeah, but I bet you have
sounds
some
like
Crocs
Crocs.
stashed somewhere else.
I own 2 sets of shoes. I own 1 set of trainers and 1 set of proper shoes.
I like you telling yourself that.
Why would I need any more shoes?
I've got, I think,
2
5
pairs.
pairs of shoes. I'm thinking about that.
I got
I wear my trainers for my comfy shoes, and then if I ever want to go clubbing or have a job interview, I wear my shoes.
I think in this country, I've got about 7 pairs, and back at home, I've probably got about another 5.
Are we gonna consider sandals shoes?
Any footwear.
Any footwear, yeah.
Let's see. I have one.
And then that's not counting all my fucking wrestling boots either.
I have about 22 pairs of shoes.
Jesus
You a
Christ.
fucking woman?
No, I
thought I was bad. Fucking Drew just knocked it out of the park.
I guess
No,
I have
I
at least
have-
10
hold
if
on,
you're counting like
hold on.
boots and snow
I've
boots.
gone through. I have like 6 pairs of shoes that I've had for tennis over the years. I had a pair of shoes for basketball. I had a pair of shoes for soccer. I had a number of shoes that I just got because they looked cool, at least to me. I have a few pairs of dress shoes, I have some white shoes, black shoes. A lot of them are Nike and Adidas and that kind of stuff. But I've always had a lot of pairs of shoes, not so much because I collected them or anything. A lot of them were just for what I did, kind of like how Wick was talking about. He had like a lot of shoes for wrestling. I just had a lot of shoes for like sports that I played.
See, I thought I was bad with like I've got a pair of black boots, a pair of brown boots, white sneakers, black dress shoes, and a couple pairs of like these are kind of worn, and if I need to, you know, do some fucking yard work, I'll wear
Also,
them.
here's the thing: like a lot of my shoes, I haven't worn in a while, but also they've been worn for like 4 years now. So like I have shoes. I mean, I have a pair of like just like Nikes that I wear to work because that's what we wear. So I have a few pairs.
Well, that's part of your fucking protocol. Must wear Nikes.
No, the thing is,
You
even
work
though
at a
we're
fucking basketball court?
a restaurant, no, they're my old running shoes for track. But like they're comfortable. We don't really wear like what would be slip resistant shoes. I guess is the best way of putting it. We don't wear those in my job mainly because the only time you'd actually slip and fall is if you're like a dumbass. So there's that.
Well, you're fucked then.
Essentially, the only way you could like lose your job is by being a dumbass at my job. Like seriously, like I remember when
Like meat hands.
he didn't lose his job, but he should have lost his job.
Here's the thing,
I don't know.
restaurant, like, for the most part, like, people who own restaurants are pretty lenient for them normally because it's hard to find fucking staff when they stick around.
Well, no, well, my best friend, his family owned the pizza place that I work at, so I just knew them, so they got me the job just by.
So that explains why you're not fired.
Yeah, well, I'm actually really good at my job.
Hey, Drew,
Just making,
did you ever get
what?
that application in?
not yet.
Did you lie about it again?
No. I don't know the story. Okay, well you no, this is a show not for us. It's for the audience out there. So, yeah. Anyways,
That was a sentence.
So you got to be a dumbass to lose your job. What were you
pretty
saying?
much. No, because like no, when I first I forgot what I was thinking about for a second, but no. When I went in there, they were like explaining everything to me, and they pretty much told me that if I was like if I really couldn't speak to customers or that like I really wasn't getting anything, that they would just tell me that I should find a job somewhere else. So essentially, what they were saying was, if you can't fucking speak to people, or if you don't know how to work a fucking sink, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
But I mean, I worked at a Bob Evans, so I knew how to work a fucking dishwasher. I'm the best
never been to,
dishwasher there.
I've never been to a Bob Evans. I imagine it's all old people.
Yes. No. Sunday, like after church. Oh my God, there were always fucking people there. It was so fucking bad. Terrible.
sure.
Terrible.
Those shoes are ugly. You need to like fucking get something that has a better contrast.
You need to get
Those
some
shoes are
kicks for the
amazing.
ladies.
Get a pair of black sneakers.
They're
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm
comfortable.
thinking. Those shoes would
Purple
look so
and
much
orange,
better if they'd look a lot better if it was contrasted like black and orange
Or
Instead of
black.
gray and orange.
or salmon.
They're expensive as fuck as well. Fair play. Cost me an arm and a leg and a toe.
Oh, is that why? So you wasn't in an accident? You just got fucked. You just
Wait.
gave them away.
If it cost you an arm and a leg, why did you buy a whole pair of shoes?
Because they reattached the leg after I gave it to them.
Okay, there you go. I'm like, let's see. That question that was sent in from Angela, by the way.
Oh shit! Yeah, we actually have content from other people.
She sent a couple of questions in that kind of tie into each other, but the first part of it was, what's your idea of a perfect night out with the guys? And kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, what about a night with your significant other? That was a great response.
So yeah, that's what Sean thinks about that.
Sad thing is, I was thinking the same thing.
So, all right, well, let's start with significant other then. That seems like a topic to talk about. for Drew and for Wago, since you both have significant others, and then for us that we look at our past significant others, what were like those fun nights out?
Honestly, the best time I have with John is when we go out, watch a movie, and then go out to eat, maybe at an Indian restaurant or something, and then just go home and chill for the night without fucking any interruptions. I'm happiest with John when I'm just left the fuck alone and no one else bothers us.
Hey, Wago, want to do a podcast?
Honestly, when it comes to me, my best times out with my girlfriend or Carrie is when we don't go out, is when we stay inside, and we either just like order a pizza or something, or just watch movies or something like that. How
can you eat pizza working there, by the way? Like, when I worked around fish, I could fucking stand it anymore.
Because it's fucking pizza.
Yeah, dude.
I love pizza.
It's true, it's
Awesome.
pizza. Like fish, I can understand.
Yeah, fish.
tired
That
of the fish
lasts a
smell.
week.
Oh, I love fish. Oh my god, fish is fucking amazing.
Until you work around it.
Yeah, I bet it would piss me off then. But no, I love pizza. But just like no, we would like a lot of the time we will order something. Like we might get like Applebee's or something like that. Like get carry out, come home, eat it, and then watch something for the duration of the evening. If we were to go out, some of the stuff like we like the laser tag.
Dude,
So
laser tag is awesome.
oh, I know. That's something that we're really fucking good at. So we're very, very competitive when it comes to anything. Both her and I. You guys know I'm competitive. So we.
That's my fantasy league.
We were playing Uno one night, and it was on New Year's, and I didn't know. This was before I realized she was competitive. So we started playing, and I'm like really fucking good at Uno, and so was she. We started like fighting with each other essentially because we were just being way too fucking competitive. So yeah, so we don't play Uno.
So this
anymore.
is your idea of a good night out?
No,
When we're
no,
yelling and
we-
screaming
no,
at each
we're just
other.
saying we don't really play we don't play games against each other. If anything, we'd play together as a team and play against other people. So like laser tag. She's very good with a fucking gun. If she had a real gun, I'd be really fucking scared of her. So yeah.
I gotta say though, I agree with what you guys said. Just like you go out to the movies, you go out to eat, you come home, hang out. That was always like my favorite thing to do.
I'm not a classy brat, okay? You don't have to go all out on me. That's what I'm saying, all right? You don't have to take me to some like expensive dinner. I don't need no chariot ride. I don't need any of that, okay?
Just wine, dine, and finger bang.
Mm.
Hayden and Sean, what do you guys think? What's like a great night out with a significant other?
Staying home and getting naked.
That comes after all the other shit. That's like the way
Not
to
for
finish
me.
off a night. That sounded so pervy.
No,
Not for
Tony,
me.
no. No, as soon as they get in the door, they just they get naked. Like they do everything naked. They watch TV, play cards.
To be fair,
make
me and
dinner.
Jonna
They gotta
have
be careful when they make dinner if they have the stove on and they're
Man.
naked. So
me and Jonna do have nights like that where we're like, I don't want to put clothes on. Neither do I.
I
Fuck it.
definitely remember, like, I used to work hard during the week, and my lady would come see me on Saturday, and I would just stay in bed sleeping late, and then she would come in through the back door and just cuddle up.
And then you would come in through the back door.
And you'd come in her back door.
no way, go. Are you and Jonah naked a lot with Emily there?
One no, and two who's Jonah.
including. It's like some like the room type moment. I just like to watch you guys.
Jonah.
Ever since Emily's back, there's less of that, but it's
Oh.
more of a when she's at work type thing.
Again, if you ever need me to take Emily out, I mean, you know what I like to do.
Hey Emily,
Well,
you ever been to this place
You go
called
to
the
a
back
news call,
door?
You know, Jesus.
Well, to be fair, we have introduced her to marijuana.
And that is indeed too bad. Like the last like serious girlfriend I had was not into marijuana, because that probably would be my favorite thing to do, is just smoke weed and watch Netflix and play video games and eat pizza.
She did play video games with you, right?
Who, Emily?
Oh shit, man! She's
You got a winner on your hands. Girl that can play video games.
She's fucking good at like. You remember the Pokemon mini games like from Pokémon Stadium on the N64?
Oh, I love Pokemon Stadium.
She's fucking good at that.
Oh no, I fucking suck at those games. I have like the first and second one, but I've never been good at those mini games. Like that Magikarp game where you're just like trying to.
That's the easiest one. You click one button. It's A.
Yeah, I know, but my
Why
friend.
keep hitting X?
I played with. No. I thought I was pretty good, but then I played with my friends, and they just fucking kicked my ass at like that.
Oh man, I'm so good at clicking A.
It's
Oh my
all about the
God.
Voltorb and Pikachu minigame for me, boys.
Well, when it comes to Gary, we don't play many video games, but she will play like Mario Kart with me, among other things. So.
Fucking hell,
Let's
you're a brave man playing Mario Kart with your woman. Look at you, doesn't fucking tear your ass out. That game destroys lives.
I don't know. No, we keep it PG when we play.
Peach.
So, yeah.
You could just target Ashley.
Ashley.
So, Sean, your significant other, what you doing?
So what does you and your right hand like to do, Sean?
Oh,
I was gonna say that, you fucker.
Go to the movies.
I don't do that with my right hand, alright?
Puberty
He
hurt.
likes the left, stranger danger.
You don't know who's listening to this, right? So I'm not going to say anything, but yeah, no.
Yo, if you're that bird that he swiped on on Tinder, he wants to do you.
I'm pretty sure we already spent a whole episode talking about porn stars.
And bread salad.
Was that on the old talk show? I could have sworn that was an episode
Sean,
of Raw.
I don't think that this is going to get back to anyone ever. So
Yeah,
I think
fine.
we'll be
Yeah.
fine.
What
You
I
keep-
normally
I
do...
know, Drew, you keep telling yourself that so you can be a teacher.
Yep.
What I do on a date with a lady that I want to
You
get
have
into the
those?
pants of, right? I take them to to dinner, obviously, watch a film, and then we go for a stroll around the park. A proper park, not like, you know, the playground,
One of those
like
fake-
proper park.
Please clarify that.
Fake Playground at the
And then
local
we play,
elementary school.
and then we play some mini golf, and then go home, kiss a good night, and
Jeez, you have enough time for all that? That's like 7 fucking
it.
hours.
it's not 7 hours.
Dinner.
Not if you do it on
movie.
I know,
segways.
with your gamey leg now, I don't think you can walk around a park that fast.
Walk
Yeah,
around
go
the
ahead.
park, play mini golf.
With you?
I never took a girl out for fucking mini golf. It doesn't seem like something that'd work.
No.
To be fair though,
Mini golf's pretty basic. It's, you know, it's harmless. Like there's
That's
no
like
real
high school
competitive
stuff.
kind of shit. Yeah.
Middle school. No. It's like, oh, you get behind him. You're like, no.
I was
let me take
about to say that your technique's all wrong. You gotta be good at
Yeah,
there.
you got to show them how to, like, you know, actual putt. Like, you got to put your arms around them.
Yeah, I went to shoot pool with a girl one time in high school, and
Oh,
She
you
was-
did that move on her?
she was trying to get me to do that move. It was just like, oh, I don't know about my technique and whatever, and I'm like, I'm gonna fuck with this girl. I know what she's going for.
Then
But
why
I'm
the
gonna
fuck
make
you not
I'm gonna
do
make
it?
this as like excruciating of a process as possible. So I'm like, oh, you just hold it like that. You hold it like this, and because you know we had gone on a couple dates at that point, and like we had already messed around with each other and stuff. So I wasn't like
So
trying to.
she figured out you're a cunt by now, I guess.
By now or by then?
By then.
Oh, she still thinks that I'm great.
Oh,
She's
you
not
keep
gonna-
telling yourself that, Tony. That's how you sleep at night, sure.
No, but it's like the whole like, oh, I don't know if I'm holding this right, and then it's just to be a dick, it's just like, okay, this is how you hold it, and you're standing from the opposite end. Like- and I remember this
You're that
dude,
guy.
one of the other tables that was around, this one guy gave me this look like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And I just smiled and winked at him, and he was just like, oh, okay, you're fucking with her. Like, and it was so great. The women that worked there, because there's a couple of guys that worked there, like smoking cigars in the fucking back, kind of a thing and stuff. But
That
they
sounds
hired
awesome.
all these attractive women to be what they called the rack girls, which they would just come out and re-rack the balls for you, and they had like
That's
extremely
just
tight
lazy.
shirts on and stuff. And so that was like another point of contention to be like kind of busting this girl's balls and stuff, but. Yeah,
Get
that
it?
was a fun-
'Cause she has to wreck the balls. You're busting them as well. Get it?
But man, I could totally see maybe Sean, definitely Drew pulling the. Oh, let me show you how to hold the mini golf right.
Oh
Like,
fuck
you know,
yeah! I do that shit all day.
I definitely see Sean being, or Drew being the kind of guy to do the stretching your arm out while you yawn.
at the movies.
Oh, at the movies?
I did
that
that.
move. Oh, dude, I've done that move way too many times.
I bet you have.
You see, I never did this with girls. I was always the type of person to go out on a Saturday night, get drunk, and go to clubs. I just find the fucking drunkest chick and take her home. It's easy. It's like, it's okay, I've got you. Into the taxi you go.
Wow,
hor-
romantic.
Hashtag. And then you go back to yours or theirs or a friend's house and sneak out the next day.
How the fuck are you married and I'm not? That pisses me off.
Oh no, Emily's still there for you, Peyton.
See,
You
Jana
just
was
missed-
really drunk.
Yeah, I was
She's still drunk, actually.
Called Vegas.
So
Here's the
the
thing.
opposite,
Yeah, but when I aged, I got a little more mature and realized that it's not okay to do that. Though if I was shit-faced enough, I probably would have, if I wasn't married.
the other question from Angela was what's the perfect night out with the guys?
Pet
What-
the gas.
What do
Stay
you
We
guys
sit
like to
around
do
doing a
if you're just-
podcast playing Cards Against Humanity.
Staying home and getting naked.
Yeah, but see, with those, they come in through the front door.
Oh god.
No,
I don't
you
know.
guys like the type where, you go to the bar and hang out, or are you the...
Too young.
Well, here's an
That's
example of one of the nights out. Like, we all went out. I don't remember if it was a bar or it was a fucking restaurant, but it was a group of guys from wrestling, and we just play fucking dares all the time. Like, walk, accidentally knock into that guy and take a bump.
Oh, it's like,
Or, like, sell it, too. So that's the type of shit we used to do, but, yeah.
whenever now that my friends are gone, it's because we all go to different colleges essentially. But
But they're
for
dead.
the most part, what we do whenever we're in town is that we would just go over to someone's house and just something simple, just like you play video games or we play poker and that kind of stuff. Like Drew, I'm like one of the most boring people you'd ever meet in real life when it comes to like, hey Drew, let's go out and do something. I'm like,
Podcast.
I got a podcast I gotta do. Monday Night Raw is on.
Yeah, I've pretty much gotten to the point now where it's like, all right, you guys want to hang out? All right, well, I can't Monday. Not sure about Tuesday. Definitely not Wednesday. Thursday maybe. Friday maybe. I don't know. It kind of depends on what's happening with fanboys. Like Saturday and Sunday. By that point, I'm tired of podcasts. So.
Sunday, is there a pay-per-view?
Yeah. Oh shit. Well, there's
Actually,
pay-per-view then.
That, like, I looked at the date for WrestleMania because my parents-in-law said, we're having Easter dinner. And I was like, oh, okay, what date is it this? And I accidentally look at WrestleMania 30's date instead of WrestleMania 31. I'm like, I can't. Not to be offended, guys, but it's WrestleMania season. It's happened, like, just the other day. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like a dick, but shit, it's WrestleMania.
You're like, I'd love to eat Easter dinner with you guys, but WrestleMania starts at 5.
It does
Are we gonna be
start
all wrapped
Christmas,
up by
though.
like 4? Can I like just take it with me to go watch WrestleMania?
So,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
my
I got my
son-
priorities.
I don't have to deal with my girlfriend when Mania's on. She's gonna be in Florida, so I don't have to be like,
Deal with her.
God damn,
Loving
fucking
relationship.
bitch.
no,
I'm gonna
I
deal
can't
with
be
that
like,
shit.
no, because like Sunday, her family, it's family dinner. So like if I would hang out with her on Sunday, I'd have to go over to her house and just eat dinner with her family. So it's like that's not a big deal. But see, she's out of town, and I don't have to deal with, hey Drew, are you coming over? I would, but WrestleMania, yeah, you get like I mean, I don't
Sounds like
think
a pretty
you're.
easy thing to say if she was there.
Dude, you
What?
should just get into wrestling in general.
I would, but at the same time, no. Like, I'm afraid to, like, turn on wrestling at all when I'm at her house for the sole purpose of her stepdad was in the Marines. He still technically is, but he's not overseas or anything right now.
Introduce him to John Cena. He's gonna win.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Like, I turned it on to Family Feud for, like, 10 seconds today. Just because, like, hey, find something. And I like Family Feud because my family watch it all the time. So I turned it on. It's like, yeah, I'm not watching this queer ass. I'm not watching this fucking idiot up there. And it was Steve Harvey. I'm like, oh.
Oh, because he's so gay, isn't he? Like, what?
Dude, Steve
No,
Harvey's the fucking man. He makes that show what's fucking awesome about it.
People like that are fucking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
So he's basically the dad from American Beauty.
He's
Sure.
basically a prick.
No, oh my god. I don't want to talk crap about the man, but just
But he's a
like,
fucking
But this is the top 10 reasons that he's a cunt.
he's a very strict guy, and like, it's you play by his rules or you don't get what you want at all. Which that's not a big deal to me.
So he's a dick.
Dude,
Yeah,
you're
pretty
gonna
much.
stand
I'm not
up to him, man.
I'm not gonna say, dude. No, that's like
Dude,
I don't
Drew
think it's
can't stand
realistic.
up to fucking shit. Like,
Yeah.
Not a Marine.
Here's the
You know
thing,
how that's
Sean.
gonna end, Drew. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like some like Meet the Fockers type shit.
Oh, please knock her up.
Sean, it's like Sean. I don't know if you. I don't know what the British's military is, but most Marines are fucking badasses in America. At least they try to act like one. So
Dude, he's probably an old man who sits in his armchair.
he's not
The
old.
reason Marines are like that is their lives are miserable because being in
Yeah.
the Marines is fucking miserable. So they
He
make
spent
everyone
he
else fucking
spent a
miserable.
tour in Guantanamo Bay, so he's
Guantanamo.
probably seen some.
Guantanamo
he's-
Bay.
No, he's been.
Guatemala
he
Bay.
said something wrong. Let's make fun of him.
Hey, shut up. He's been into the Middle East as well. And, I'll try to, talk about it with him because I've had family who was in the military. But, no, he won't talk about it because apparently he did some stuff there that he's not really too proud of. So,
You big dick.
it's like, God, no, he's
Tip a waiter.
done some.
This one time,
Jesus.
I was pulling out and I accidentally dinged a car and I didn't leave my number.
Just no, he said, "Maybe shut up." No, so pretty much he's that daddy who doesn't want anything to happen to his daughter, which I'm fine with. But she's an adult now, and it's like she should have some leniency or anything like that. But no, I'm not getting it yet. But I guarantee you, if I'm dating her past a certain point, he'll light up. Not light up with a fucking weed, but he'll just he'll just lighten up on his stance, and I will get past any issues. But yeah, we don't have any issues. He's a nice guy. I get along with him.
Said you had some issues you had to get past.
Well, more along the lines of his
Fucking trying to
not
backtrack
really
now. You already
issues
said it.
when it comes to not issues with me and him, more along issues with his way of essentially
Life.
being a parent. Other than that, there's nothing at all.
So essentially he's a terrible father.
He's not a terrible father.
You said.
He just
He's a
doesn't want
terrible
to happen. Like I
father.
said, he doesn't want anything to happen to his little girl, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So
But at
watching
some point, you
wrestling
got
would
lined
make
up.
something.
She's got to become an adult, and she has to move on to the real world where he can't always be there for her. It's that simple. It's like this.
To be fair, if I have a
You think-
daughter, I'm going to be like that. I'm going to be kind of like Turk. No one tells my daughter that she has a vagina.
It's like this. No, it's like this. He thinks I'm gonna do something stupid, which I don't blame him for. But but it's like this. I'm nice. I'm being 100%. I'm like this small guy. I weigh 130
To be fair,
pounds.
you're
I don't
like the most unthreatening individual his daughter
Exactly.
could be dating.
Exactly. I'm like the perfect. I'm the perfect boyfriend for the most part. You don't have to worry about me hitting her or anything like that. I am perfect when it comes to anything like that. So he doesn't have to worry about anything like that. I'm pretty sure before she joked about something about me doing some type of physical activity and he rolled his eyes, yeah, right, one of those type of things. So so he doesn't have to worry about anything like that. I think he's just worried that we would do something sexually and that kind of stuff, and we'll do something stupid, which that's a fair thing. Because I think I'm the first.
Something
hang on, I
stupid.
think
You're
I'm-
both fucking consenting adults.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, if you play
not
They're not
that,
stupid.
13,
If you don't-
well, that's
If
fine.
you don't
but
put a fucking Johnny on, it's your guys' problem, not his.
here's the thing, though. He's the type of guy, and I already know this. It has never gotten to that point, but I know he's the type of father. If Carrie was like, "Well, I'm an adult now. I should have some rights," he could just be like, "Oh, you are. Well, get the fuck out of my house." It's like that. I'm like,
So,
I don't
yeah,
want
he's a terrible parent.
because I don't want him to do something stupid like that. And it's like, fuck. Now I have to fix things up, pretty much. So he's a nice guy, but he's just I don't think I'd be a father like that, where I'd be 100% like strict. If I had a daughter, if I had a son, I wouldn't be like that. But
You should.
I understand
For
why
either.
he was.
You know,
Yeah,
you
see,
should
Drew, you're
always-
fucking sexist again. Here we go with this shit again.
It's, oh my, shut up. It's like this. Anyone? No, it's like this. It's like my stepdad. He was like, "Okay, Drew, just don't do anything fucking stupid. I don't care what you do." It's always been like that. And my family is the exact opposite of hers. So to me, it's weird, like dealing with any of this type of stuff. So I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's not a generational gap because he's the same age as my parents. But like no, they invited my parents to meet her parents, and and that's what I said that right. And like I already know it's gonna be like, so do they go into their room and fuck while they're over at your house? So I'm not allowed to go to
my
their house.
name's
No.
Ted. This is a weird introduction.
No, like, well, no, there's the three no's. I need to add a fourth no, but there's the three no's at a dinner table. It's religion, politics, and how much money you make. Oh, we need a fourth one. What does my daughter do at your house? Apparently now.
So I have a question.
So yeah, to answer your
It's from
question,
the chat room. It's when did this become Dr. Phil?
So yeah, to answer your question, the perfect night out with the lads for Sean is drinks. Somebody gets thrown out of the bar. We all go home, throw up in the taxi, open the taxi door on the motorway. Somebody rolls out. There
We
you
need
go.
to make the Dr. Phil Stevenson show, by the way. See, I'm not a big bar guy at all since I don't drink, so the whole
Okay,
atmosphere
then
is
that's
kind
sure.
of like blah to me. But I have been going out more. Like we kind of a bunch of us agreed like let's just try to get out every Thursday night and go to a different bar because what the fuck, why not? Obviously, not going on right now since I'm doing a podcast, but
Ugh.
that's because there's other shit going on. But the whole like the bar thing, not my thing. If I want to just go out, bullshit around with the guys or something like that, like I'm fine with even just kind of going to somebody's house and just sitting around bullshitting in general, like basically what we're doing on the podcast, except for we're not in the same room.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like to me that's fun. Obviously, you know, you want to do different things, different times. You know, I have a hell of a lot of fun when we go to these conventions, for instance. Like that shit's fun as hell. Whether that's, you know, going to what the hell was the name of that place? The Champs, and just fucking around with the people that are there, or like, well, here's another example of something like Sean's mentioning. You know, everybody gets drunk and you throw somebody out of a car and shit like that. Big thing back in the late high school years, I think that it would be. Maybe a little bit after that, I don't know. No, it had to be still in high school. We started to just do some, you know, stupid crap around wherever we were, and we classified it Project Mayhem after a while because of the Fight Club movie. But stupid shit, like knocking things over that don't need to be knocked over. Not being like necessarily like totally destructive, just being like stupid.
Being smart asses essentially.
Yeah, and you know, of course, like some vandalism got happened and stuff, but you know, those were taken care of. But like, one of the times that I had such great fun with, and this is well after we're past the age where we should be doing this, we were driving around and we had a big trash can lid just filled with snowballs, and we were just taking these kids that would be walking around different neighborhoods and just pelting the fuck out of them with it. And you know, since these are like middle school kids or something like that, and they're not gonna like call the cops, it's just a snowball fight. We did that one time and we kept following this one group of like 5 kids around in this one neighborhood over and over and over, like 4 different times we got them. And then when we turned back down to that street, they had set up their whole big fort and they had like all these snowballs ready for us and shit. Stupid stuff like that is so fun to do because you get to a point where everybody's just like, all right, this is fun. Like, if you're being a dick and somebody's just going to respond with like, hey, what the fuck, man, this isn't cool, then you kind of just feel bad about it. But if other people are in the same spirit of being a dick, then that is one of the most fun things in the world to do. Just goof
No,
the fuck
Tony, that's the difference between you and I. You have a conscience and I don't. I threw eggs at hookers and I found it hilarious.
off. Wait. Were they hard boiled?
No, just normal eggs.
Damn, you should have thrown some hard boiled eggs.
No, that's a good idea, though. I'm not sure what it'll accomplish too much, but sure, why not?
It's better than scrambled egg, I suppose.
Oh, Payden,
Scrambled
you'll like Emily a lot better. She actually said to me today that she wants to see an NXT event before she dies.
Yo, tell her
planning on
to
dying anytime
tell
soon?
her to come with me to Philly.
Are
Shit,
you buying
can
tickets for that?
I don't know if it actually happens. See what they're like.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm more excited to go to an NXT event than I am a WWE one.
Well, you might not be able to go to WWE one if they keep selling out the tickets like they've been doing.
Fucking ridiculous.
Can't believe that they sell out before the pre-sale on SummerSlam, and then they're supposed to have another pre-sale, and they don't do it. And then on the regular sale, they say, "Nah, we don't have any tickets." Like, okay, then who bought them? And how? You couldn't have had like 15,000 reserved seats.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the story is with that, but it doesn't
Fucking
look like we're going to
scalpers,
SummerSlam.
man. It's out of hand.
Ridiculous.
That's why you look on StubHub, like every fucking seat is there. Like,
Yeah, huh? That's why. Oh, I don't even like try and buy off Ticketmaster or any of that bullshit. I go to StubHub first because I can never. Every time there's an event, I can never fucking get them like any good seats.
They should crack down, and they should change that.
mm-hmm.
They should. Like, I don't know who it was recently, but some guy bragged about being a scalper on Twitter. So the guy who owned, like the guys whose concert it was, he cancelled every ticket brought by that guy.
Good.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So what's wrong with buying a ticket and then reselling it for more if the demand is there to buy the ticket?
I think it's a shitty business practice, so I'm perfectly fine with him doing it, and I think more people should do it.
One thing is they're not claiming this on their income tax.
That's true.
So that's,
Oh, but-
one.
Here's the thing, I
huge
don't
problem.
care. I don't care if they're legally within their rights to do it or not. I think it's just a shitty practice, and that's karma, bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're not doing it, like I bought a couple of tickets and it turns out that my friends can't go, so I need to sell it. Now, you're buying these because of the resale.
Mhm.
And, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not like they're, murdering kids or something like that. But they are doing it to be assholes, and when it gets to the point where it's as bad as this is, like, you mean to tell me I can't buy a single ticket for an entire arena at any price? Come on, man. Like, if you're sold out of the section and the price that I want, I can't buy 5 tickets in the same area for that. I understand, but when you set it to any seat available at any price range, you should be coming up with a couple of seats at the very least. Even the nosebleeds, Not that we would have done that, but...
No, see, when it comes to that kind of stuff, my advice would be until the day of the event and then buy them on StubHub because they're not going to be that as expensive. The thing is, I've bought tickets on StubHub plenty of times for different things, and if you wait longer and you wait till the day of the event, the ticket prices will go down because the people will be dropping the prices in them to try and sell them.
Yeah, I
I
know
know,
the one story. The guy lost 500 tickets because because the concert owner canceled them all.
I don't blame him for that. Well,
Following up
500
what
is
you
a
said,
lot.
Drew, though, that same theory could work for a TNA show because I know when they did the taping around here, they certainly didn't sell out and they wanted to have the place full. So if you went there on the day of the event, they just gave you free entry.
yeah. Oh, no. No. I usually buy them for, like, Pacers games and that kind of stuff, so, like, they're not going to give you free stuff. They're not going to let you... Yeah, but for stuff like TNA, they would do that, except TNA does it so, like, it makes it look like that they have an actual fucking fan base.
Guys, we're successful, honest.
Yeah, so...
we still need to tarp off this area.
So sad.
But no, I understand the practice of it. I honestly don't know if it's shitty or not. If you're buying them in bulk, like 500, and then trying to resell them, then yeah, I guess that Yeah, I think it's a terrible practice, and I think you're a dick for doing it. But at the same time, it's not a bad business to do it.
Either way, I
Fuck
want to go to
scalpers.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, but seriously, fuck them. Ain't that right, Tony? Fuck them.
So the
I'll
random
change
guy
my
that
position on scalpers if some scalper for SummerSlam can give me 5 tickets for a decent price. So if you're listening, hit me up.
Nah, Tony, you gotta be one of those guys. You gotta be like, I need
Tony,
tickets. Stand out
Tony.
in front of the place and try to buy tickets.
It's cool. I got you. What you got to do is you got to go. I got this hookup. You can get anything you need from the WWE. You go to smarkoutmoment.com. You go to the contact form. Just fill out whatever you want there. They'll take care of you.
Yeah, I
You
hear
know,
they've
I
got
hear
this
that
guy
guy-
that takes care of anything.
I hear that guy's kind of backlogged, though. I mean, he's supposed to be booking different venues. Like, he's got to bring all these different TV tapings to different areas, even if it's like the backwoods of fucking nowhere. He's got to give out all these different deals for these families where 10 people are living in the home and they need the network for less than $9.99. He's got to hire all these people. Like, it's a
Honestly,
lot
I
of
think that
people.
guy's lazy as shit. Because I've asked him to make Alberto Del Rio shit his pants several times, and he's never done it.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Not
also
even in the
have
white
he's-
trunks?
I also understand he's having a really hard time getting Sophie to fuck her mama.
Dude, what is this guy able to do then?
He's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
I bet all he does is just ramble about nothing and makes a show about it. Ugh.
It's like he's like talking about all sorts of stuff.
So we killed this joke dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was killed a long time
It's
ago.
dead.
You guys
It's
fucking
dead, Jim.
destroyed.
Thanks,
It's
guys. I
dead.
thought I had a clever joke there, but now it's just fucked up.
You should have learned by now. Don't you remember how it started and we all fucking ran with it and murdered that fucker into the ground?
There's somebody listening right now that's like, I still don't get this. It's me. There you go. It was me. It was me all along.
So the random guy Bubba is back in our chat screaming a bunch of shit. I love it.
Oh,
I don't
is
know
he?
who he.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bubba's back. Bubba's
yeah,
on the
I-
Backwoods show.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So I should bring the show to your
back.
Backwoods area.
careful.
About condoms.
Payton might be coming in for the backwood.
Oh, and Ferris is in the chat too. What's up, Ferris?
Oh yeah, what up, Ferris?
Yeah, he was asking Ferris PM and he was like, "So what's the what significance does that picture you posted in the chat have? None at all."
Oh, that picture. I'm like, wait a minute, what picture?
Just a lady crossing her legs.
Awesome. Ooh, he's a pirate.
Yarr.
Who's a pirate? Bubba?
No, this police arrest world's most prolific UFC and WWE pirate. So,
Mm-hmm.
is there a pirate?
He's Welsh.
So the lad Bible's like, look at this there's a heartbreaking photo of a doctor grieving after losing a 19-year-old patient. Let's spread it around.
Seriously?
I don't even know why I'm subscribed to the Lad Bible.
The lad Bible's fucking awesome.
They post a lot of shit, and I click on it. It's like meh, and then it slows down my PC a hell of a lot, and I don't understand why.
That isn't their fault. That's because your PC fucking runs on wanking.
No.
If his PC ran on wanking, I'm pretty sure it would be running very efficient.
Lightning
no.
fast.
The
Fiber
reason-
optic speeds.
The reason it doesn't work is because he's overloaded it.
Oh.
That's a load joke. I get it.
I didn't even mean to make
You
that
guys are
joke.
so mean. So mean to me all the time. Like, this is what I got to put up with.
Fucking hell, you guys are treating me right the fucking all.
Makes me cry at night. I cut myself because of you people.
Good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you film it?
I would, and I'll put it on my Snapchat. Don't worry
What
about
was that about not having a conscience?
it. No, Wigo doesn't have a conscience.
Conscience is for the weak. It's
He
not.
killed his
it's-
Germany cricket.
Yeah, I found that little voice
Jimmy Cricket
inside my
Gaming.
head that said,
Butchered it.
"You shouldn't do that. That's not okay." And then I shut it. I shut it in the fucking face.
I could see Wigo going to the movies, watching something like Bambi, and Bambi's mom gets shot. And Wigo's like,
Laugh.
like
Nah, actually, you know what? When it comes to like anything animated or in the movies, That's when I develop a confidence. Like, real people, fuck them. Give me a fictional story. Oh shit!
So did you cry
Oh,
at the
you
end of
seen,
Toy Story 3?
I had to
No.
fight
That
back
was
some.
sad.
I had to fight some man tears. That was sad.
Have you guys seen Big Hero 6?
No, is it good? I've heard
Big
good
Hero
things,
5.
but-
Emily just got it.
Yeah, the first 5.
Emily got it on DVD and she was watching it, so I kind of caught glimpses of it. It was okay from what I saw.
It's really, really good.
I think it's a story
Like-
about a fat robot. Didn't look interesting to me.
See, they
It's-
lost me on the trailer that I had seen before one of the Marvel movies or something like that, where it was just the Stay Puft Marshmallow looking guy
Yeah.
trying to get the suit on, and I was just like, oh my god, I get this joke. Can we like move on to another thing?
The only thing I didn't
That's
like
actually one
about
of the worst
it,
things about it. They actually, you know how like a lot of like movies will show like the best scenes. That was actually just subpar compared to the rest of the movie. The rest of the movie was extremely well done. It's definitely like the comic book series at all.
there's a big issue I have with the film, and it's and it's more so because it's overdone at this point. Oh, we're teasing that the main character's dead, but it's okay in the end.
The main character's dead.
No, I'm on about the actual robot.
Oh, the robot.
Yeah,
Oh, you just ruined the fucking movie.
Like, who gives a fuck?
No. Okay.
If you haven't
No.
seen it by now, you're probably not gonna see it. And guess what? I've just fucking saved you.
No. Okay. No. That's not what happens.
Okay.
He technically
Guess what?
does
Bruce
die,
Willis is dead.
but
for
he
the
pulls
entire
out
film.
his fucking chip and gives it to the kid.
Dude, you spoiled the movie. Here's how it happens
So
exactly.
kids, they were
Snape killed
rebuilding
Dumbledore.
with the attach. He was attached to the robot. It was all
Rosebud
he
is a
left,
sled.
had left
Who
his
cares?
brother. Oh
Bruno
my
and
god!
Sam, yay.
Darth Vader is Luke's father.
Let me
What?
tell you who
Wait,
who Kaiser Soze really is.
Kaiser was adopted.
Darth Vader is
Speaking of
Luke
the-
Skywalker's father. What?
Speaking of the whole Snape kills Dumbledore thing,
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
I am Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. Man, that video was so great. I
Uh-huh.
loved watching that where they're just like, fuck you, buddy.
Like, you must have read it there. What's the ending? Where's the ending? Sweet.
What I like doing at movies, though, is saying something that's completely not a spoiler to it when I know that people are going to see the same thing. I'll just be like, oh my god, I can't believe that they died in the end. They all died in the end. And it's, some movie where they couldn't possibly all die in the end. And, if you start doing, like, now, you couldn't before, but now it's been a long-going trend in movies where they've got to have a twist. So if you say, like, it all turned out to be a dream, people will be like, oh man, I'm going into this now expecting it all to be a dream. And it's a standard fucking, like, action film or something.
So it's a romance comedy.
Right, yeah.
Expected all to be true.
Like,
If you
you're
want to,
gonna
like,
see a movie like Let's Be Cops, and it's like, dude, I can't believe that it turned out that they were all just imagining it from the very beginning and all in comatose states or something.
Do you know what's also? You know what's funny? Like with death in like movies and shit, you can go, "Oh man, such and such dies," and they're like, "Oh, why'd you spoil it to me?" The only way you can do that in Walking Dead and say Game of Thrones is to go, "Oh, no one died this episode."
What? Not even a zombie. They all lived cohesively as one healthy community. Yeah.
What?
Fuck the farm.
Fuck the what?
Bubba, what's up?
By the way, Last Walking Dead, they're fucking getting more gruesome with their deaths.
So
I still
today-
have only seen one episode of that show.
Honestly, it's a show that I constantly watch, but I wouldn't recommend to anyone.
So it's really
no.
terrible.
Like, no, it's like the majority of the episodes to me, they suck, but they lead up to awesome episodes.
Did any
It's a
I
good
watched-
show,
watch
but I
Arrow
think it's
last-
overrated.
I
Like-
watched one episode and I was just like, you know what? Not for me. Like, I don't like zombie things in general. I just don't find it
Ditto.
interesting. And if you were going to give me characters that I really could get into, like Zombie Land, I thought was actually a fun movie to watch because the characters were interesting. But the Walking Dead episode that I had seen, and I don't have a clue what season it was in or what, I was just like, oh, there's the brooding angry guy, and there's the other brooding angry guy, and there's the bitch, and there's the other bitch, and there's the brooding
Asian
angry
pizza
woman
man.
that I'm supposed
I
to
heard a really
like.
good explanation for Walking Dead, or a comparison of Walking Dead to Game of Thrones, and it's that Game of Thrones will put all this effort into making you really love a character and then kill them. Walking Dead will put in all this amazing effort to make you not like a character and then kill them.
The only counterpoint I do with that is that was more true in the earlier seasons. With the more recent ones, especially with the last probably 5 episodes, they've done a very good job of establishing characters and then killing them. Like, I'm going to spoil this because everyone fucking knows by now, but there's one character called Beth, and she gets shot in the head in the end, and they've done a really heavy job of pushing her.
And then she gives her chip to somebody else.
No, Vince was pushing her, but then
See, that's how much I watch wrestling, like to the point where I have to say pushing when I'm talking about a television show.
Pushing and burying is two relevant things to this show. Actually.
I watched one actual episode of Walking Dead, and it were these 2 girls in a fucking boat talking about like this euphemism about like how their father taught them differently how to fish. Like one of them used worms and one of them didn't, and they cried and hugged. And then the scene after that was an old hag talking about how she misses her dildo. And I'm like, this is the fucking dumbest show I've ever fucking watched.
It's a good show.
Are you exaggerating, or is that the actual
No, that's
scene?
literally the 2 scenes
yeah.
that I saw happen.
Honestly, I could tell everyone to skip Walking Dead up until the point the governor shows up, because that is when the series picked up.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't really start from the middle. Like you can't just.
Can. So okay, this is what happens in season 1 and 2 of the Walking Dead. Characters died, they're still surviving. All right, so now that you're all caught up, you can watch season 3.
I heard that it gets a lot better when the senator shows up instead.
You can't fucking help yourself, can you? Like, I will never go to a fucking movie theater with you, because you'll look at every fucking title that's there, and you will pick it apart with shitty joke after shitty joke.
No, you can go into it like that, Wago, but I believe that you should, if you're going to watch Walking Dead, you gotta
You're not up for going to the movies, then going out to eat, then going to mini golf, then
the worst part is, though, I scold you for this, but you've rubbed off on me that I make these jokes all the time around Jana, and then she'll just like not laugh, and I go, fuck you, if Tony was here, he'd laugh.
They're great jokes.
They're not. They're fucking terrible. Emily laughs at them, though, so that's good.
Yeah. See, Emily knows. She knows how great they are. She's gonna check out NXT. She's gonna make some of these jokes. Oh, I actually saw something, by the way, one of those kind of jokes, and it was some kind of a, some sign on some website, some fucking graphic or whatever, but they were putting what's next, and it was the NXT logo, and they took the A out of what's. Just like they would take the E out in NXT. That's funny. It was just WHT apostrophe S NXT, and I was just
and they should have had FGT afterwards. Well, next faggot.
There was like that split second there where I was just like, damn, I didn't think of that. I'm so mad at myself for not thinking of this terrible joke. I think Angela had sent another question in, by the way.
Unless it's about Vaporeons, I don't give a shit.
Oh, it was another one about significant others. It was, if you have a significant other, what do they make you do? I'm not too sure what you mean necessarily by that.
Made me go to bed early so I could text her in the morning, and then she decides that I was too much hard work. I couldn't drive, and she was like, yeah, let's be friends, but yeah, fuck off.
Cool. So she makes
bread salad.
Get a license. That's one way to stop that.
So,
women want equal opportunities and equal rights. Why does the man always have to drive in relationships? Why can't the women drive?
I'm pretty
okay,
sure.
But what if you're just driving 100% of the time? If it's equal, you should be doing 50-50, John. At that point, you're fucking useless, and you're the woman.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't like women driving because women can't.
Do you trust me behind a wheel of a car?
No.
Well, there's your answer.
I can't trust you.
I can't trust myself
not to walk out in front of a car. Let alone drive one.
I don't trust myself behind a fucking wheel of a car.
I don't trust the car around you.
Just because I got hit by a car like last year, or the year before. Can't remember which.
Anyways,
Probably both.
So, like, as far as Jonna goes, she doesn't ask me to do much other than, like, hey, I can't reach this, can you get it for me?
Oh.
I'm trying to think. If we're
And you're
doing
like, no, because I have no soul.
I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
can you catch the cat? Throw.
I can totally see
I
that.
think so,
Especially if she's in the kitchen and you need to just throw it in the kitchen real quick.
Well, to be fair, if she normally needs me to reach something, it isn't the kitchen. It's normally the strainer. By now, you think we just would have put it, like, in reach, but nah.
It's usually where women are because they need stuff. So
Now, when it comes to Carrie, I'm trying to think, and there's not really much that she tells me I can't do, or I could tell her she can't do for the sole
Just can't
purpose.
fuck her,
of-
otherwise her dad'll stab you.
Yeah.
No, more so because it's a lot of it's common sense. Like, hey, don't touch this other person's butt. You know, simple stuff like that.
If she has to tell you that, then there's something wrong.
No. I mean, it's common sense. She doesn't have to tell me. Like, we haven't got to a point where we can't be like, hey, don't do this, or hey, I don't want you to do that. It's never gotten to that point. The worst, maybe I told her to be like, hey, if you're gonna do that, then don't do anything fucking stupid. Then okay, like that's the worst of anything when it comes to that. Well, she told me I can't lie to her.
Peyton told me a story about him and someone where he had to tell him to do something. He was trying to like test his microphone and he couldn't get a level.
Yeah. Relationships.
Sorry, I just wanted to bring that back up. That was like the most awkward moment of my night. It was great.
So we got Miguel Leon can join us.
Fuck!
God damn it, Tony.
let me see if I can get my computer. Oh no, it's not. Okay, yeah, it is. There we go.
Oh no, I think my internet's fucking up now.
I think I have him as a friend.
1-800 darling eyebrow.
Finger bang.
God, guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to eat and do dishes, and I don't even know where my microphone's at.
Oh look, Miguel doesn't want to join anymore.
Someone add Miguel to the thing.
I don't know how to.
Wait, do I even have him on my Skype list?
I do, but I'm
I
too
don't have
lazy.
him on this account.
Hang on, add.
Oh.
Oh, here, there's the duck.
So in the meantime, who else wants to answer the question of what your significant other makes you do?
Ask Miguel, see if he has an actual answer when he shows up.
I think Miguel's single.
No, but I've never heard him talk about anything like that. I kind of want to see what he has to say. We don't know much about Miguel.
And he
Shouldn't
didn't accept it.
Hello, Miguel.
Is when
You give your
when
best.
when your mum isn't in the house, go raiding through the kitchen cupboards,
Here's
and then
Miguel.
you find in the cupboard an old sachet of custard, and you look at the date, and it says January 2014, and you're like, I'm gonna risk it. So you cook it, you make it, you let it settle. You're really excited to try this custard because you think it's not gonna go off. It's in a packet. It's made of powder. My
When the
God, it
fuck
was
did
the
we get
worst
on
thing
this?
I ever tasted in my
Sean?
life. It was
All right,
so
I can actually
vile.
bring this back into what
Gross.
topic we're on.
So
Do you know
gross.
how women talk about the certain guys that are so dumb so they just have to tell them to do everything?
Sean's that person.
Yeah, that's you. Hi, Miguel.
It's understandable.
Sean was in a relationship. I bet that his woman would tell you couldn't do anything because she's
Hey,
afraid you'll
I-
fucking kill yourself.
I have nobody here telling me not to do things. It's great.
They don't do anything.
The other day-
They don't do anything.
The other day,
Okay,
I
next
put
time. All right, next time you've got an outdated produce, type in the chat, "Should I eat this?" and we'll type back "No" for you. Okay?
the other day I was so bored. I put the frying pan on the stove, and I decided to put washing up liquid in the pan to see what would happen if I heated it up.
Jesus, go
boss.
outward. Just Sean, it's common sense at this point. Just
Pretty
fucking
boss.
don't do it. No, actually, no,
Started
hang on.
foaming, it was great.
Hang on. Anytime you get bored and you think of something that you want to do, type it in the chat so we can tell you no. Just play some fucking video games.
Okay, wait. What's healthier, him doing shit like that, or me going, "Hey guys, should I fuck with this person?"
Well, whatever you're doing, obviously. So
Miguel, you're on the line now. We're talking about what does your significant other make you do?
What
Any thoughts?
significant other?
Holy shit!
Yeah. By the way, how's my microphone? I actually got a new mic. Well, not
we
new.
can tell.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sound fucking weird.
Yeah, it's like not normal. I don't know if that's how you sound normally. Talk.
Is the quality better? Like, Can you hear static or anything like
It
that?
sounds like you're too close to it.
Maybe
Hold on.
Miguel was the static issue we've had.
It sounds like you dropped like
trying to hack into the show.
500 pounds, dude.
Yeah, I'm still not used to the distance from
Ooh,
how
no.
close I should be to the
Turn
mic.
down the gain.
It sounds good. Yeah, it's a little hot, but it sounds pretty good.
All right. Yeah, I'm getting used to it because normally I could just walk around while I'm talking, but now I actually have to talk into
Oh
the
boy.
microphone.
Oh, that
is
means you're not
why
going to
we
get to
can
go to
hear
the
your
sink?
Yeah, I can't get to my
Or
sink
did you set the
anymore.
mic up next to the sink?
No. You saw the photo that I set up. You saw what my my ghetto setup I have going on.
Some rubber bands and like.
It's literally basically what it is it's the bottom half of a lamp that I wasn't using, and I just basically wrapped the cord around the microphone.
Your friend lent you a mic and he couldn't lend you a little mic stand?
He didn't have it. He just had a microphone. He was basically just using it for some sound work he was doing for one of his indie games. So I was like, hey, you got a professional microphone. I just got a sound card. Can I borrow the mic so I can see how it sounds on my show? And so far, everybody's been saying it's a big improvement over the headset.
I didn't know you sounded like this.
It's definitely a step up from the other one that you were using.
Yeah, it's basically
It's a lot
using.
clearer.
I was
Like
using I was using a PS3 headset.
You're definitely 10 Jeffs lower.
Yeah, your voice definitely like dropped like 2 octaves. Like you went through puberty since the last we talked to you.
That might be because I just came back from the gym, so I'm kind of.
Oh, you're all buff.
Like you're flexing and shit, like looking at your biceps in the mirror. Yeah, fucking doing the podcast.
That does happen from time to time. Yes. gotta get my pump on, bro. WrestleMania's coming up.
Yeah, to be fair, anyone that's like gone to the gym after you've got from the gym and you've got like that toned look, you're always going, yeah, fucking huge.
Oh, okay, hang on,
yeah,
hang
you
on.
realize just, oh, but in reality, you just look like a dick.
Hang on. So Ferris actually clarified what she meant to ask, and she said she meant activities and dates that you don't enjoy, but you would do for her anyway to make her happy.
Oh, okay. Based off of the fun night out kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Totally
I
different question.
I don't do that shit. Maybe that's why I'm single.
See the fault in your
I'm
stars. It
fucking
was
going
awful.
to I'm actually going to a Wiz Khalifa concert for her, except it's
Oh,
Oh,
Fall Out
you
Boy
poor
and features.
bastard.
It's
Wait, was that-
exactly?
Was it
here's the thing,
Raw
it's-
that she sent you to?
Huh? Oh no!
Was it
no,
Raw
no,
that you
no,
sent you
no,
to?
It's
That
on.
would've
No,
been
it's
a
not.
good
No.
compromise.
What happened was she was like, "Hey, my friend's birthday. We're gonna go see Fall Out Boy, and do you want to go?" I was like, "Sure." I have never been to a
Thanks, Wiz
concert,
Khalifa.
and yeah, I'll go see Fall Out Boy. If there's a lot worse you can see, and then I looked it up. It's Fall Out Boy with Wiz Khalifa, and I'm just like,
How the fuck are we playing together?
oof.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Holla, holla.
No, and I was like, that's like the most random ass pairing ever. When it comes to two people, you got rock and very shitty braggadocious rap.
Dude, I don't know. At one point, Eminem was doing some different stuff with fucking what's his name? What's the one guy's name? The glasses.
Oh, that one guy.
Benny and the Jets.
Elton John.
Elton John, yeah. You know,
Yeah, but
those
that's
two
different.
have partnered up.
That's
That's different.
though.
That's two huge mainstream stars teaming up.
Yeah, I kind of get it because Wiz Khalifa has kind of become adopted by the hipsters, and Fall Out Boy has always been a hipster band. So I almost feel like they were going for the fedora crowd with that pairing.
You want to know what's the weirdest fucking pairing ever right now? I think it's the Kanye West and Paul McCartney thing that they're doing.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, but that's Kanye. He's always
Okay.
willing to do that just to get a rise out of people.
I saw
Still,
a tweet the other
No,
day
it's
about
it's
that.
just so fucking random. When I heard that, I was like, "What the hell is going on?" But the thing
I
is,
can't wait
Kanye,
till-
whenever he does something, it's usually really fucking good for the most part. So I give him a pass, and I actually give him
Except
a
his
chance.
music.
Kanye's music is actually considered some of the best music, and you're just being a hater if you think
No,
otherwise.
I genuinely think it sucks.
With the
Yeah.
exception of 808s and Heartbreak, his albums have been pretty good. I don't like Yeezus as much as I liked Graduation. But
Oh no,
it's all right.
I think Jesus is overrated. People
Yeah.
are just like, oh man, he didn't promote his own album. He just was like, oh my god, he's such a rebel.
By the
No.
way, I hate that fucking idea that if you don't like someone's music, it makes you a hater. No, you can just generally dislike someone's music. I don't think
Yeah.
Kanye's talented. I think he sucks.
You can separate the man from the
agree.
music. I've done it a bunch of times.
I like that song Power.
Yo,
all
so
I know.
is that one man have all that
Stronger
power?
was his best tune.
Oh, the Daft Punk cover that he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Ferris also asks, what models of mics are you guys using? I've got the old Yeti Station 4.
Oh, really? I thought it was a $10 headset. It sounds the same.
Yeah, basically.
That the Blue Yeti, you mean?
Yeah.
I'm rocking.
Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I was gonna say they were selling those for like $100 at the Tiger Direct next to me. They were going out of business, so it was like 20% off. I thought about getting it, but I don't know.
I'm rocking a blue Nessie.
That's not bad, actually. I have a feeling you're making that up.
No, I'm really using a blue Nessie.
Oh, okay. I didn't think they actually had a blue
I'm
Nessie. I
using
guess
it.
that's their gimmick. They just name their products off of like mythical creatures.
But I
That
am
one
getting.
just
I am
looks
getting.
like Nessie.
I am actually getting a Yeti though because I plan on doing. It's better if you've got a multiple people and you need to record something, which I will be doing. So yeah.
According to the label on mine, it's a Pile PD Mic C58.
That's what I was expecting to. It's a pile of.
That is one big pile of shit.
No, I did the research on this one. It's a bargain. It's basically middle of the road. You know, for the price you can get it at, it's pretty good quality. It's, you know, like I said, it's all right. It's better. Like I said, it's better than the headset I've got. So it's a step up.
Sean, what's the new headset that you got?
The new one I got is the Hulk Striker ZX for the Xbox One.
What happened with the whole one that you were doing with before?
The Geotech
that
one.
got broken?
The Geotech one, that was awful, which gave me some weird feedback, so I had to get rid of that.
So Drew, what did your dad buy you?
The Microsoft headset that I was using was the Microsoft Stereo headset for the Xbox One. That broke because it wrapped around my foot, and it went flying when I went to change the game over, and it hit my telly, and I blamed it on Microsoft, saying that the wiring is gone on my headset. So they're going to send me a brand new one out. But I'm really enjoying this headset, so I highly recommend it for those who like to game with
To be fair,
headsets.
this is the cleanest you've ever sounded.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but it's really comfortable as well. It's like wearing a giant marshmallow. It's great.
Side note,
marshmallows.
before we continue this conversation,
I will link
Bubba
it
just
in
threw a great line
the
out there. He
chat.
says, I had sex with a cellmate. He said if I blew him, I would get off on an early release. He got off. I did time.
Tish.
So Drew, what mic are you using?
BAT 2020.
Isn't that from fucking Star Wars?
Actually, no.
I think
Right
it's that
now,
droid that gets.
right now,
you
it's
know.
too lazy to actually set anything up, so I'm just using the mic on my fucking laptop.
Cool.
Just got
Very
quiet.
fucking unprofessional, I know, but yeah.
You
Got
are
one of the-
professional.
You got one of those mid-90s stick mics that used to come with, like, you know, gateway desktops.
Hell yeah.
I used to have one of those, a little fucking Logitech thing.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, I got a microphone now. This is sweet. I can. This isn't really that useful.
I stuttered because I was thinking of a cheap, like, 90s era computer brand. It was either that or Compaq.
Oh man, I had a compact computer. That's what I used it for.
When I started doing podcasts, and Peyton was like, "So what mic do you use?" I'm like, I use a Logitech mic. Honest. I was just using the fucking onboard one.
You're like, not a mic. I'm Steven.
I'm like,
Guys, what's an expensive brand of microphone? I gotta tell Peyton. The Lexus microphone.
Yeah, I'm using a Rolex.
Yeah, I'm like, shit. You might not let me go on if I don't have a good mic. I'll just bullshit him.
I've got that good one. Which one? Yeah, you know, it was like
The one that everybody uses.
Yeah, it was in PC
Dollars.
Mag. It was like rated 20 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
Usually when that
I'm
happens,
thinking
I
about
just
upgrading though, real soon.
usually when that happens, I just say Blue Snowball. That's usually the go-to that like every podcaster I've seen uses is the Blue Snowball.
I would. Someone had a blue snowball. I'd tell them to buy a new mic.
And a snowball's chance you're getting on my podcast with that.
I get it.
My daughter dating no snowball.
What?
Peyton, what did you use before you got a Yeti?
Dick.
Before I used a Yeti, I used an SM58.
I used a
That other
U39.
droid.
No, it's a Shure mic. It's actually a really popular stage mic. Like if you ever go to see a band live, they're probably using SM58s. I actually have a bunch of them from my musician days. I actually just hooked that up with an XLR cable, and I had an XLR converter and plugged that in, and I used that for years. I actually used that when I played Warcraft. I never even had a headset then. I just used that microphone with headphones on. Then I bought I have a Blue Yeti, which I use mostly for podcasting now. Currently I'm using my Turtle Beach headset though.
So I noticed me and Peyton have got a bit of a theme here. It's like back in my day when I was in the band, in my day when I was a wrestler.
Back in my day.
Drew's too young to have anything.
Back in my day,
Back in my day, we didn't have multicultural day.
So I had to like tape it together.
Gavels.
Ferris is throwing it out there. SM58, the standard at live shows. Get with it, guys. Mike knows what's up.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ferris.
So I'm assuming that this is a lot better than the first 57 SMs.
Shut up.
Well, funny thing is, Tony, there actually is an SM57, so fuck you.
Well, what about that
And
SM56?
which is better?
They're different mics for different situations. Like an SM57 is actually better if you're recording like a drum set or something like that.
That's just like that bit in The Simpsons where it's like, get the game station 257. It's slightly better. To the max. It's like, all I've got is a game station 235. And he chucks it into the fireplace. Wait, I can still make you happy. To the max.
I love that fucking joke. To the max. It's such like a radical kind of a phrase.
It's something I'd expect Peyton to say on one of his radical trips.
Or something that I would expect Drew to do when he's doing an impression of, like, doing a podcast. So you gotta tie it in with the...
Dude, this is Tony Mango, but I'm slightly Mike Payton because I'm radical to the max.
This is Drew White here, and this is a podcast on the Mega Parish Radio, the All Talk Show, sponsored by Miguel Leon's Icon on Spike.
On Spike?
What?
Drew, were you even alive in the 90s?
1995 was the year Drew White was born, but it wasn't as good.
Oh,
as
so you're a
year
fake 90s. So you're a fake
1997.
90s kid.
No, I don't claim to be a 90s kid for the sole purpose of
Good.
if I do say I was born in 1995. Oh, you weren't around. You're not a real 90s kid. So I just never got into that thing. I had some stuff from the 90s, but I don't claim to be like, yeah, I watched Doug, because I never really watched Doug at all. Like, I remember watching...
Dude, you
like,
haven't lived.
Remind me to
no,
shit on you.
I've gone back and watched it, but I didn't watch it then. Like,
It's not the
I remember watching, like, I was never a fan of Rocco's Modern Life. I never thought that show was too
Rocco's
good. I know
awesome.
Tony's going to give me shit for that. Like, I watched Cat Dog, Rugrats.
Dog.
not good.
Late era Nickelodeon.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not a
I watched
90s
lot of
kid
that
unless
stuff.
you are still, like...
Oh, what was...
You're able to remember the time before Hey Arnold, and you were still hanging out around Hey Arnold.
Hey,
After
what was...
that is when you start getting murky.
Yeah, Drew wasn't even alive when Nickelodeon stopped showing at like 8 o'clock. He was alive when they like extended it to like 9 p.m.
What
I'm
was
sorry,
the show
Miguel.
with
I
the
don't
monsters
think rules.
and the one guy used, like, the one monster had to carry his eyeballs?
Real Monsters.
What was the
Real
show with
Monsters.
the real monsters where they made people scream?
I think that they screamed, ah.
I couldn't
No.
remember the name. It's been forever.
When I really started, I was more of a Cartoon Network type of kid anyways. Like, Ed and Eddie's my favorite cartoon of all
Hey,
time.
hey. Hey, what was that Dude Ranch show?
Oh, I didn't
Dude.
watch that.
Yeah, there was that period where Nickelodeon tried to have live action.
Yeah.
What was
I don't
that?
think any of their live action shows were really that good, with the exception of Pete and Pete.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. What was that
Tell,
name of that
dude.
show with those two guys? I think they were both named Pete.
Yo, guys, I remember this show where Clarissa explained, like, a lot of things.
Oh, that was hacky.
Maybe all things.
Look, I'm willing to defend a lot of shows Nickelodeon did back then, but even I'm gonna admit Clarissa Explains It All was kind of hacky.
No,
Like-
Calypso was fun. I love like the little like over like lay things they would have, and like she would make video games based on her situations. How can you hate on that? That show was awesome.
Dude,
Is
every
it-
time that dude climbed into her window, he just got, like, a real quick, like...
This
Is it bad that Is it bad that I watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch? I was like, dude, Kevin Nash, I'm watching this.
Is that why you watched Boy Meets World for Vader?
Never watched Boy Meets World.
I definitely watched Boy Meets World for Vader.
Yeah.
I like Boy Meets World.
I've never watched that Girl Meets World spinoff.
I've seen
I know
it.
Dave
well,
has.
Vader.
Is that a
See,
Tony
you'd have to
joke
be a
or a
kid.
real thing?
It's kind of like with Boy Meets World. You like, I don't know. I feel like if you're from that generation and you watch it, you like it better. Like I watch Girls Meet
Probably.
World, and I watch Boy Meets World. I get the connection, but it's okay. If I was like 10 or 11, I'd probably like it more.
Was anybody here ever a Degrassi kid?
No.
No, I've heard so much about that show, but I've never seen a single episode.
Me neither. I just never get into it. Yet I know a lot
No,
of
the
people who are
only
like
thing I know about
religious
the show is
about
that Drake was on it.
I only remember seeing a couple episodes back when they used to show it on Noggin, which was like a spin-off. Noggin was like a spin-off channel that Nickelodeon had. It was like a DirecTV exclusive. I had a couple relatives that had DirecTV, so they used to pop that show on there. And yeah, it's basically it's like subpar WB era stuff. Like this is one step below
UPN?
Dawson's Creek.
Jesus
No,
Christ, that show's been on for like 15 years now.
yeah, because it keeps evolving. They just keep rotating the cast members. It's basically a teen soap opera in every sense of the word.
You want about
Did
Saved by
any
the
of
Bell?
you? Did any of you watch like the old fucking Sonic cartoon with the whole Sonic says and all that shit?
Is that the one where he ate the chili dogs?
Yeah, that was the one where he was obsessed
Well,
with
no.
chili dogs.
Here's the thing: they had two Sonic cartoons going on at the exact same time, and they were
It's confusing.
both voiced by the same guy.
Julia White.
There was Sonic the Hedgehog, which was their normal one. There was Sonic Underground. What was the other one?
Sonic AM. PM.
Because remember that one
Shit.
time when Lou Albano was on the Super Mario show?
Yeah, especially if you fucking made the reference right.
Yeah, the two Sonic shows were totally different too, because it was like here's the lighthearted one where you've got like typical
Goofy robots.
goofy robots. And the other one,
security and robot form.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was the one I was on about. That was my favorite version. The
other one though was all dark and shit. It was just kind of like everything's post-apocalyptic and it's fucking Blade Runner kind of shit. That was creepy.
That was that. That was that period where ABC tried to get into the Saturday morning spot, because I remember they had a bunch of shows and that was one of them. Nothing? Okay. Am I the only one who grew up watching ABC Saturday morning? This was
No,
pre
I watched
Disney.
when
Saturday
they had
Saturday
Street
mornings. I
Sharks?
played video games.
Street Sharks. I
Or I
remember that.
played
What other
football.
shows did they have? Because I think that I watched it, but I don't remember really. I know that I checked out Fox. Quite
They
a bit, 'cause they
had-
had X-Men and
They had a claymation series called Bump in the Night, I remember. They had the animated Tales from the Crypt series.
Saturday morning's still a thing.
No.
'Cause I know
W-
WWE tried to do that Saturday morning slam. Like, is that still like a thing on some channels? Where they try to do Saturday block?
Warner Brothers got rid of their line years ago, and then they got rid of their syndicated Saturday morning cartoon series. It was the same one that they were showing on Fox at the time, and that got canceled years before. ABC, I think they just show either educational stuff or Disney cartoons, like run-off Disney cartoons. I think NBC does strictly educational, like Nick Jr. stuff, but in terms of like the traditional Saturday morning cartoons, no one does it anymore.
So when do kids watch cartoons anymore? Do they just check them out on fucking Netflix?
Yeah, pretty much. They don't do weekday morning cartoons anymore on the terrestrial channels. It's basically just Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon at this point.
I think the only thing that people watch now is Adventure Time.
I'm talking like kids. Like
Wiley Coyote.
7-year-olds.
SpongeBob.
You mean sit in your pajamas and eat cereal while watching Saturday morning cartoons, kids? I get you.
Yeah.
No, kids nowadays, Saturday morning, they probably get on their iPad or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook.
We actually had to
This
work to
generation's
get our
lost.
cartoons, man. You kids today.
The
Yeah, we had to tune the TV.
Oh my god! Oh god! You had to click a button on the remote. Jeez, if you're really good at hitting the A button, you're really
Bro,
good at
those-
that channel.
Yeah,
I
we
got
didn't have
VHS
remotes at
tapes
the
of
beginning of
Wiley
that.
Coyote, man. That's how sad I was. I used to get
Dude,
out. morning.
I grew up with an old wooden TV that had dials on it, and I had that up until about maybe the late 90s, I think. It only went up to 12 on the main dial, and the other dial was 13 through 65, but it was only
Right.
good if you had a cable connection. I think the best thing you could do is pick up the 2 Spanish channels and whatever public access channel you had at the time.
See, that shows
then
you
if
guys
you-
his generation compared to mine. Like, because I never had to deal with that.
Did you have to deal with the thing where when cable boxes first came out, where you had to change the channel to the specific channel, and then you also had to click a button on the little thing where...
So you
Like,
have to put it on AV or whatever the fuck it was.
No, it was like a little...
It's like on channel
switchboard.
2 or something, and then like you had to like do stuff on the cable box to make
I remember it vaguely, but for the longest time I didn't have cable, so...
Well, back then, you guys only didn't have many terrestrial channels anyway over there in Europe, right? You guys didn't have your terrestrial over-the-air stuff wasn't as vast, and I say vast in quotes as the American half.
That's probably
I have no idea.
That's pretty accurate.
I have no idea, but all I know is that we stole satellite for like forever.
A lot of people still use satellite out there.
True that.
Yeah, I still use satellite.
Yeah, and like
you want to hear
the
something?
biggest
Ask
provider
Tony
in
about Comcast.
the biggest provider in the UK is actually Satellite Dish.
That's whack.
Isn't it Sky?
Yep, Sky TV.
Mm-hmm.
Verizon and is it Verizon or is it Virgin? I don't remember. One of the fucking two.
Virgin. It's Virgin BT.
Virgin,
Sky.
BT, and Sky. Yeah, like I'm always go like Verizon, Virgin. They both begin with a V. Same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, in America it'd be AT&T, Comcast, and then Dish and Direct are the top
Time
four.
Warner.
Yeah, I was going to say, it would be Time Warner and Cablevision, I'm pretty sure, are the top two.
Actually, I've actually been doing research on this. Comcast is number 1. I think after that is Time Warner Cable. Then after that, I believe, is Cablevision, Charter, and Cox. And then right after that...
I love
There are a
how
bunch of dicks that work there.
it's like how we're talking about all our fucking like age differences and then Cox.
But where does-
Everybody
and
laughs.
I gotta imagine Fios is shooting up that list, too.
Fios, I think, is... I think they're kind of tied with them and Charter, because Fios only just came out recently.
I know they're due, but they're catching on fast.
Actually,
There
no.
is-
They stopped. They stopped their rollout about a year or two ago because it got too expensive. They couldn't
they're
afford
not adding
to.
any more markets.
No, because they were going to come up to the Tampa area, like close to where I used to live about a year ago, and they just never came. They stopped rollout because it was just way too expensive. What happened was they blew their load by starting in New York because it's expensive to actually roll out cable in New York City because
It's expensive to do anything in New York.
well, no. Here's the reason why is you can't just pick one area because most cable companies, they pick just one neighborhood or something to do their service. If you want to do service in New York, you have to agree to do all 5 boroughs. So you can't just do like Queens or Brooklyn or something. You got to do all of New York, and it's expensive. It's why Google probably will never do New York because it's just way too expensive. But Verizon was all cocksure with each other, so they decided to go into New York, first, and it ended up biting them in the butt. I mean, I'm sure they got some good money up front, but long term, it just was a bad mistake.
Ferris in the chat, by the way, says, "Did any of you guys ever try to watch scrambled porn?" Of course.
I was typing my answer, but yeah, I did. After the match of the day every Saturday, I used to go up to my bedroom, turn channel 7 on, wait for my dad to change from BBC to the adult channels, and then I used to hit record, and then sell the tapes to my friends.
Wow. That's awesome.
What?
He made a fucking business.
You had
out
a
of it.
bootleg business out of that, man. Good on you. No, I never had it because the cable boxes that Cablevision had were actually pretty sturdy. It didn't have it wasn't one of those things to where you can just wiggle a cord in the back and you get 30 minutes of free porn. So I never really had that. I honestly didn't get a chance to really see much adult films until, like I said, going back to my relatives with satellite TV. Anytime I would stay over their place or anything like that, I'd wait for everybody to go to sleep and switch it over to the Mormax channel and see whatever 2 a.m. softcore film they had, because you had to pay to get real porn, so that was the best I had at the time.
Yeah, I never
Yeah,
really had
see-
that option growing up, but what Sky TV did have when I was about 13 years old was a thing where they just have girls that was on the TV and they do stuff if you messaged in, and there'd actually be like a chat at the bottom, and you could actually type in with your controller and get them to do shit.
See, I had the internet this entire time, so I just looked stuff up.
Yeah, dude, you do not understand the struggle
No.
that went
Oh,
down.
jeez,
I mean,
the struggle.
Listen,
of
before you
looking-
even had all these cable channels, I don't know if you guys remember when we were real young, the treasure chest if you found like
Yeah.
something in the woods that was filled with porn magazines. Like if you found a backpack filled of old Playboys or something.
To be fair, like I found
It's so funny that you mentioned the woods though, because everybody's got the woods.
Everyone's got their woods when they know
Not-
they found something that they had porn in.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, after you go so far back in my high school field, it was just all fucking trees and shit. And I found an old videotape in there, and you put
How
it
does
in.
that stuff get there?
Started watching it. My mom's comes in. I'm like, ah, fuck. Never saw that videotape again.
She probably put it
Oh,
back
you
in the
ruined it
woods.
for all the other people.
Yeah, that's probably what happens. Mothers find porn in their kids' house and they go to the woods and throw it there. Kids think, I'll be good here.
Here's
Yeah,
the thing for
Break
me.
it. Throw it away.
Yeah, for me it was different because my old man was unapologetic. He had a stash of magazines just in like a drawer or something, and I think I got maybe like a month's worth out of that before he found out and scrapped them all. But in terms of his videos, he would just leave them laying out. We were young, we didn't know what they were. I never looked at them because I think he was like, yeah, those tapes with the worn out labels, don't watch them. And I'm like, all right, okay. I never realized what they were until like later down the line, and I was like, I'm probably not gonna need this. I think by that point I started having the internet, but
Ferris had a porn-filled wood too. Awesome.
Yeah, so did we.
That's so great. The fucking woods just become the
You don't find it anymore though, because obviously no one throws VHSs away anymore.
how old are you guys? Like,
magazines.
I mean, God, how you're hiding porn in woods? Like, is this like, are you guys from like the 60s or something? Like,
Well,
I know
no,
I'm
we were the
old, but-
last generation, man.
Yeah.
We were the last of a
I was
dying.
born in '91, and this shit was still happening when I was growing up.
See, this is why we think Stand By Me is so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Because Stand By Me is like the older version of the same kind of shit.
Don't get me,
That's so great though. The fucking woods become like this this central hub or something.
How did that stuff get there? That doesn't make sense.
I never had. Here's the thing, though. I never had woods. I grew up in Jersey. I grew up in Newark for like up until like about the age of 15. I never had woods.
You weren't
I had like
looking
a
hard enough.
park, and that was pretty much it. And
See, I bet there were woods somewhere, and wherever they were probably saturated with porn.
Yeah, because not as many people knew about them, so they couldn't take it. The suppliers of the woods porn in that area were like, oh my god, there's like no market here.
You think there's
What
like
the fuck?
little like gnomes or something? Like,
Gotta go to work. Work all night. Porn tapes, yeah. Instead of underpants gnomes, fucking porn tape gnomes.
That's so fucking fantastic. And, like immediately when you mentioned the idea of finding it in the woods, it's just like, yep, all right, flashbacks.
That's fucking weird, though. Like, no, just get that. That wasn't just an American thing, though. That's international.
Yeah.
That's just an age thing. That's just something you do, I guess, back then. But it kind of makes me laugh. We talk about like VHS tapes and all that, and I know most of us probably got rid of our tapes. I'm just waiting for the day
Yeah,
when
I
like
still got a shit ton.
yeah, that's good because when the internet disappears, we're gonna all end up like Stan Marsh during the apocalypse, trying to find an internet connection.
I love how there's this primordial thing where it's like, I'm getting like in my teenage years, I'm gonna go check the woods for porn.
So I think I know what we're naming this episode.
Oh, this is totally finding porn in the woods or something like that. The first possibility was going to be Edward Meathands.
See, that's the weird thing though, is like there's like a weird age group where it's okay to like look at porn with your friends. Like if you tried doing that now, it would just be weird. Like I could never do that with like
all
any
of
of
us
my
sitting
guy
in a
friends.
room like with our laptops looking at porn.
Ugh. Just like trying not to cop wood in
all
front of your friends.
All of us in a treehouse with our laptops.
How do you get internet connection out in the woods though? Like
I don't know. How do you get porn out in the woods?
Got a mobile.
Wi-Fi in it.
It only works for porn websites.
yeah.
That's the trick.
Hotspots.
like
Like if you
you
can just
try to
pull-
connect to Facebook and it's just like, oh man, I can't get a signal out here. And then you're like, xvideos.com. Oh, look at that. It looks,
Oh,
looks
You know
perfectly
what,
fine.
guys? If there isn't a video site called Porn in the Woods, I think there's an open market for it.
Oh,
Hold on, let me look at that.
now.
I'm gonna go to
No,
GoDaddy and see if that's
It shouldn't be like a porn. It should be like one of those Tumblr pages where people just like submit pictures of porn they found in the woods.
Born in the Woods is for sale for $1,795.
Oh, it's way too much.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on, let me see.
Here's the thing, though. The woods were safer back then. I wouldn't go to the
Oh
woods
no.
now.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah, 1,000 porninthewoods.com 1,700. Because I was gonna say porninthewoods.net is available for $9.99.
Ferris in the chat says now the woods is just filled with Brazzers logins.
Porninthewoods.xxx is $99. I'm surprised that the whole .xxx thing is actually a thing now.
I think it's a good thing. I'd rather them do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great thing. I'm like, it's a shame that they can't just switch all of them over. It'd make a lot more sense.
Like, you'd have to pass a law to do that shit, I guess.
Well, plus there's the idea that you have people that have .net and .com. You can't have two of the same thing be .xxx. You know, who gets priority? You know?
Yeah.
.com.
You got to think back in like the early days of the internet, like those few people that like registered like the basic URLs, like bigtits.com or something. Like they're like, dude, that's a stupid idea of registering that. No, man, I'm telling you, this is gonna be big. Trust me, this is gonna be huge. You're gonna see something in the future with this. And they're probably like sitting on like $1 million like URL. I remember seeing like an article a couple of years ago, like the guy that registered pizza.com sold his URL to Pizza Hut for like several $1 million.
See, if I was him, I would have been like, a couple million, huh? Papa John's wants a couple more. I don't know. I think I might sell it to McDonald's. They're not even a pizza place, but I don't give a shit.
What I want to know is what was he doing with that URL before Pizza Hut bought it?
Hopefully, since that was back in the day, he
Posted
had some,
porn
like,
that he found in the woods.
like think of the fun you could have with that. Like just like a picture of a pizza. Or like
a little
talking
gif.
pizza. Yeah, like a little gif of a dancing slice of pizza or something.
Yeah, like that'd be amazing. No, but speaking of having something like pizza.com being a porn site, I specifically remember 3 different websites that did do that back in the day. Whitehouse.com, muffins.com, and poop.com.
Well, to be fair, if
you're
you're on poop.com, you should be expecting the worst.
You should be expecting poop.
Well,
Not fucking
you know.
the first thing that
Wait,
pops
was
up is
it poop
tits.
porn?
No, thank God.
RateMyPoo.com. That's what
It was
I
just like normal
think.
porn, and that was back when nobody knew like any of the links and stuff. So of course the next day, everybody in the fucking schools just kind of like, everybody go to poop.com. Trust me. Like,
Shit, how long have we got
I
left
just
on
went-
this thing?
Yeah, I just went to muffins.com. It's nothing but a placeholder site with like links that say like bread recipes, cupcakes, baking pans. Somebody should do something about that. Little Debbie, step on that.
See, we used to just go into Google and just type in cream pie onto Google Images back when we were in school.
Back when Google Images still had a safe search.
Mm-hmm. But you could disable that shit now, can't you?
Well, no, Google Images I think defaults to off, so it's just all open. I mean, I guess you can go in and turn on the safe search, but I think Google realized, we know what people are using this for.
all right, guys, we only have about 2 minutes left in the show, so we don't really have too much time for plugs and stuff. But go check out all the information down below on YouTube. I'm gonna have everybody's names, so go searching for their names, and all
Including
that.
mine?
Yep, you're on the podcast.
Ooh, awesome.
So
Should I
Untitled Movie Show,
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw Post Show. We've got Wego Rants. We've got Happy Pope Gaming. We've got Drew Crew, whatever you're up to.
Mick frickin' Duncan, you piece of shit.
Mick frickin' Duncan, there you go. And obviously Fanboys Anonymous, Mark Out Moment, and all the other A Mango Tree kind of things. If you're listening and you aren't following All Talk Show on all the different avenues, Facebook.com/All Talk Show, Twitter.com/The All Talk Show, iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube, where you can find these archive versions that you're listening to if you're not listening live. We're just about done here, so thank you to everybody listening, and thank you to everybody on the panel. Next time that we do one of these, maybe next week, maybe not, of course, stay tuned to Facebook for more information on that. Time for us to shut up now. Adios, everybody. We will see you next time.